the shadow of Pikes Peak, at Sand Creek Stadium. It's out of this USL Pro soccer matchup. Switchbacks FC playing host to Real Monarchs SLC. Hello, everybody. Josh Howe alongside Roland Ermarth. And Roland, 24 hours ago, the scene much different than we have out here tonight. Lots of snow, lots of wind, wet weather. Conditions still not ideal, but much better than we saw just a day ago.
Absolutely, Josh. Even this morning, we had crews out here at 8 o'clock in the morning shoveling the field off. I don't think the field's in great condition, to be honest with you. I still think it's a little bit soft, but it's a lot better than it was this morning. It could have been really bad today.
Well, this should be quite a matchup here, conditions aside. For the second time in less than a week, these two clubs going head-to-head. Head coach Steve Tritchie of the Switchbacks certainly has his hands full in terms of a chess match against Real Monarchs.
Absolutely. It's a little bit strange to have these back-to-back games, but I spoke to head coach Steve Tritchie just before today's game, and I asked him what it was like to face Real Salt Lake for the second time in just a week. I'm joined here by Switchbacks head coach Steve Tritchie for the Wells Fargo pregame interview. Coach, your second match in a week versus Salt Lake. What kind of unique opportunities does this present?
You know, we just had to keep preparing for them. We did well last week when we went into Salt Lake and got the victory there. So we just try to fine-tune some things this week, especially defensively. And I think, if we stay compact against them, we're good because they're a possession-oriented team. They like to keep the ball, but we didn't give them very many options last week, and so we're going to keep trying to do that.
Kareem Smith's injury, that's a big loss for you guys defensively. How do you deal with that?
Well, he's been playing consistently. Him and J.J. Greer in the middle, they had a very good game last week, and unfortunately, Kareem's got a hip flexor. So, but Josh Phillips is going to step in. He's kind of the same player. So I told Josh, this is your chance here. So come out and do the job that Kareem did last week, and we should be fine.
Coach, thank you so much. Good luck today.
Okay, thank you.
We will see how it plays out. The starting lineup's the kickoff when we come back.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
We made it! Woohoo!
This is a message from your inner athlete. Registration is now open for Colorado's largest sports festival, the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games. Competition takes place July 17th through the 19th and July 24th through the 26th. Choose from over 40 sports. All ages and skill levels can compete. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org or call for more information. Come out and compete, win a medal, and join the excitement at the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games.
What an atmosphere here at Sand Creek Stadium. We are ready to kick it off between Real Monarchs and Switchbacks FC. Josh Howe, Roland Ermarth, and Roland. We take a look at both these clubs. First of all, the lineup for the Switchbacks, and a different look, especially on the defensive end.
Absolutely. We have Taylor Hunter coming in here. It's absolutely great to see him coming in. He's a loanee from MLS side Houston Dynamo, so he'll be coming into the right back spot with Josh Phillips filling the center back spot next to J.J. Greer with Kareem Smith injury.
And Mike Seth at that forward spot. He scored the only 2 goals this season for the Switchbacks, certainly on a roll. Well, you talk tactics and a different look, and it's been very effective for head coach Steve Tritchue.
Absolutely. What he's done here is he's switched the triangle. He's flipped it in the center of midfield. Shintaro Harada will now hold in front of Greer and Phillips, while Vercoloni and Seth will be given the license to get a little bit forward. What we saw in the last couple games was Vercoloni and Harada together. The problem with that was neither one of them was sure which one was going to hold in the defensive role. Now we're going to give a lot more license to Mike Seth. He's going to be able to get forward, and Vercoloni's going to be able to boss the field.
Steve Tritchue, the head coach of the Switchbacks, what a job he's done through 3 matches this season. On the flip side, take a look at Real Monarchs, and this is a team that likes to possess the ball, but they've got a lot of different weapons, and you think defense, certainly Real Monarchs, one of those teams in the USL Pro League that comes to mind.
Absolutely. They're going to possess the ball. Ball possession is the key thing. Real Monarchs, they're a miniature version of Real Salt Lake, their MLS affiliate. They're going to keep the ball. They're going to work side to side. They're going to try to create space in between the Switchbacks defenders.
Roland, how does this play out in terms of a matchup for Real Monarchs?
Well, they're going to look long to their number 9. They've got a true number 9 here today. He's going to try to hold the ball up as much as they can. They're going to try to look in behind the Switchbacks. The Switchbacks' main goal going to be try to keep Salt Lake out of the middle of the field.
Max Rohofer, the true number 9 for Real Monarchs, and the head coach for the Real Monarchs, Freddie Juarez, in his first season. Couple of defenders going head-to-head. Of course, Freddie Juarez from Las Cruces, New Mexico, played professionally as a defender. Steve Tritchue, a long pro career, 1987 through 2001, played in the MLS with the Rapids, so certainly going to be fun to watch the chess match, especially as we talked about in the pregame. Less than 7 days since these 2 clubs saw each other. Gorgeous conditions tonight when you consider what we had earlier today. 40 degrees, partly cloudy, a little bit of a breeze, but all in all, it has turned out to be a spectacular night here at Sand Creek Stadium. So, both clubs on the pitch. We are just about ready to get underway. Real Monarchs in the road white, black numbers, and the Switchbacks, home black with white numbers. Last week, Saturday night, these 2 teams met in Salt Lake, and it was the Switchbacks coming out on top of the victory. 1-0 was the final score. Mike Seth getting the goal. That was huge as the Switchbacks came up with the victory. So here we are at midfield, ready to kick this one off. And a good crowd on hand here tonight. The officials tonight, Roland?
Tonight's officials, we got the head referee, Eunice Marakachi, along with his 2 assistants, Adam Zarin and Robert Kiefer. Adam Finney will be the 4th official tonight.
And we are underway. Real Monarchs attacking from left to right, and defensively back for the Switchback is Clay Bejarano on that all-USL team this week. He has been outstanding. You talk about a handful of guys who could see action at the MLS level. Certainly, Clay Bejarano, one of those guys that comes to mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. He was USL Team of the Week along with Mike Sess last week. Huge honor for the Switchbacks, huge honor for both players.
So here's Boyd on the throw-in. Okwuma. Now, these 2 teams we mentioned played last Saturday, but a lot of different faces in from a week ago. Here comes Mike Seth up ahead, and Miguel Gonzalez dropping back, and the Monarchs just going to set it up here in goal for Real Monarchs. Lalo Fernandez, the keeper for Salt Lake.
And you're going to see this from Salt Lake all game long, willing to play out of the back. Tritchue and the Switchbacks are going to be absolutely fine with Real playing out of the back. They're going to be fine with them having possession of the ball in these kind of areas of the field. What the Switchbacks are going to try to do is keep Real from the center of the field and keep them from penetrating in behind the back line of the Switchbacks. But possession for possession's sake, that's absolutely fine with the Switchbacks.
So Bejarano on the throw in near side.
Last week, the Switchbacks off to a strong start. Throw in midfield, headed out.
There's Vercoloni there switching the play. Mike Seth coming in, winning the ball back. That's good defensive play from a more offensive-minded player.
So far side, here's Taylor Hunter on loan for the Dynamos. And the Switchbacks looking for a little penetration offensively here in the early going. Real now across midfield. This Monarchs team coming in 0-2-2 on the season. 2 points. They've had a couple of draws. One against the LA Galaxy 2. One against the Portland Timbers 2.
Very good defensive organization from the Switchbacks. They're immediately back in 2 lines of 4. Their midfield and their defenders forming 2 straight lines of 4 here behind the ball.
And Real Monarchs, one of 5 USL Pro teams in the Western Conference that's a direct affiliate of the MLS team. Of course, the MLS team is the whistle blows there is Ricardo Velasco looking for a call, not going to get it. Now Miguel Gonzalez talking with the official near side, and it will be Real Monarchs ball. Yeah, another look at that.
Just a bit of a tug on the shirt. Nothing too much in there. Still early in the game. Referee wise to blow for the free kick.
So back to live action. No score here. Just in the 3rd minute here. Second home match of the season for the Switchbacks FC.
Big clearance all the way through to the goalkeeper.
So Lalo Fernandez in goal. He has been strong this season. He's had a couple of results. I mentioned a pair of ties for the Real Monarchs. They'll swing it far side as this team out of Salt Lake trying to adjust both these teams to the playing conditions. Obviously the field wet.
It's about as different as it could be from last week. Sorry to interrupt you there, Josh, but last week we were playing in Rio Tinto Stadium. It's one of the nicest venues in the MLS. It's one of the nicest venues for soccer in North America, to be honest with you. So it's a big change to be coming down here to be playing on this surface. It's an adjustment for both teams.
There's Saeed Robinson battling in midfield. Saeed, what a spark he's been for Switchbacks FC. You know, Steve Tritch, you talked about it, as Real Monarchs will possess. Yesterday we talked to him prior to this match. Saeed Robinson, a young man who got his first start last week in Salt Lake, played 78 minutes, but he can really be a difference maker on this field for the Switchbacks.
Absolutely. He's a genuine spark plug. He's one of those players that can come in anytime for Colorado Springs and make an instant impact. He's an absolute go-getter. He's a player that can take players on and beat them one-on-one. There aren't too many of those in any league, and he's an absolutely great player for the Switchbacks to have.
Monarchs, we talked about, a team that likes to possess the ball. Scoring certainly has been limited for Real Monarchs. The last 4 matches, they've been outscored 5-2 in that stretch. And Saeed Robinson will set it up for the Monarchs.
Another long free kick here for Salt Lake, but in typical Salt Lake fashion, they may look short, and again, they do. They're not a team that's going to pump the ball into the box. They're going to look short at every opportunity.
Switchbacks did a good job tightening up on defense. You can see there, great position. Ball headed out of there by the Switchbacks.
Bejarano, again, good defensive work. He knows his duties, and he's in the right position more often than not.
And rolling different personnel as the Monarchs get in there. Ricochet out in front of the box. Real Monarchs left wing, and the most penetration they've had early on of this match.
Absolutely. Well defended by the Switchbacks, though. Got a chance to break. If they can break quickly, they got an opening here.
Speed by Saeed Robinson.
Mike Seth is on the far wing. He's down.
Seth up ahead. He's got Mike Seth. He scored the last 2 goals for the Switchbacks. Gonzalez shot a ricochet into the box. We're going to get a handball? No. And covered up there by Fernandez.
Well, that was a tough call. Was it ball to hand or was it hand to ball? That looked like the shot was just taken too close for the defender to react there. Good no call by the official.
Roland, you can see how dangerous Saeed Robinson is to Gonzalez, and then up ahead to Seth. They got free and certainly put pressure on that Monarchs defense here early on.
Absolutely. That's the Switchbacks game plan today. Just soak up all this possession, let Salt Lake have it, and then hit them on the break.
Different personnel for Real Monarchs this week, but certainly same tactics. Of course, this is almost a mirror image of what Real Salt Lake looks like.
Absolutely. This is just a miniature version of their MLS team, and to be honest with you, that's a good thing. That's a great thing for the neutral. They play attacking football. They play great soccer. It's great to watch, to be honest with you.
Harada dumps it back to Greer. Now Harada at midfield. midfield. One of the things they're working on with Shin, setting more in that midfield area. He has been effective, certainly a veteran, 34 years old. He's had a ton of big game experience, and he is one of those key guys they look to pull together some of the youth, some of the talent on this squad.
Absolutely. Here's a look at the earlier chance. It's going to come back here, blasted the shot. The defender, you know, he's got both of his elbows down by his side, but his arms are sticking out a little bit. That's a debatable call. I've seen it go either way, but I've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the official here.
So Fernandez feeds it far side, and a team that likes to possess continues to control here.
Yeah, they're looking long here, which is rare. This is something you're not going to see from Real Monarchs very much. Dealt with efficiently by the Switchbacks.
So Greer heads it out, and the Monarchs will control. We talked about the defensive changes. Josh Phillips in place of Smith this week. The ball out of the quarter, and boy, good defense there by Taylor Hunter.
Absolutely.
And you can see just his skill on the defensive end, and a takeaway by Robinson, and sent out of there.
Absolutely. Hunter's not just bringing skill, he's also bringing a calmness, he's bringing an experience and a leadership to the Switchbacks back line, which can only help.
The Dynamo, obviously one of the more established MLS franchises in the country, into the box, and a ricochet out of there by Harada.
Yeah, well placed by Shin again. Absolutely brilliantly placed from Shin again.
You know, the first couple of matches of the season, we saw Saeed Robinson coming off the bench in a starting role. You can see just the lift he gives on both ends of the field. And that's one of the things that head coach Steve Tritchie talked about that was overlooked. His speed, his offensive skill, but boy, he's solid defensively. And now a corner opportunity here for the Real Monarchs. And Lucas Baldwin will take it for the Monarchs. 9th minute of this match.
Going to be an in-swinger here with the right foot.
First set piece opportunity in front of the box, headed up, still free, and good hustle on the part of Luke Vercoloni. Ricochets out.
Well played.
And that is going to be switchback possession.
Well played by Vercoloni there, just keeping his position, winning the goal kick.
Devela Gork, good shot of the keeper. You can see another look at the first quarter of the night, headed up, and well, we talked about being able to tighten up defensively. Vercoloni in perfect position.
Absolutely, and yesterday Steve Tritchie spoke to us, and he really wanted to emphasize set pieces. He really thinks the Switchbacks can be effective from set pieces today against a slightly smaller Salt Lake lineup.
And in goal for the second consecutive weeks, Devela Gork. And the first 2 weeks of the season, obviously, head coach Steve Tritchie mixing it up with Samir Bader, but he's right now running the goalie with the hot hand, and so far, so good with Gork between the posts.
It's a great problem for the Switchbacks to have, to be honest with you. They've got 2 starting goalkeepers. Devela has earned his chance, and let's see what he can do with it here between the nets.
Harada drops it back near side to Josh Phillips, a rookie out of Olympia, Washington. He's quite a talent, the West Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. Vercoloni dashing up, but what a play by Fernandez. He's got range laying out to come up with the stop.
Absolutely. Vercoloni was onside there. He got in behind, but that's good play from the goalkeeper. Just too quick for Luke on that opportunity. For the
Switchbacks. Talked about the team that likes to possess, and the Real Monarchs. And now Greer will dump it back, and Gork will play it for the Switchbacks midfield. Up ahead. Side of Robinson getting free through the end line, and it looks to be a quarter, the first quarter opportunity of this match for the Switchbacks. So a chance to jump out in the early going. Last week, it was the Switchbacks scoring in the first half of the match, and here a Whole Foods quarter kick. Drive with the right foot into the box and clear out of there. Now Harada back. There's Gonzalez dancing, good footwork there with the left foot, sends it in, headed out of the box. Harada
Great positioning from Shintaro again. He's just going to restart the attack.
Free to the box. Shot and a goal. Miguel Gonzalez.
That's fantastic. Right place, right time. The ball falls to Miguel Gonzalez, and he buries it into the back of the net. Brilliant positioning.
Miguel Gonzalez with the left foot drives, and then you can see the quickness, his ability, and just like that, in the 12th minute, Switchbacks FC jump out in front. Roland, take us through this beautiful goal.
Well, it's Vercoloni with the ball in, a bit of a mix-up, falls here, and he just smashes it home. This is a number 10's finish from a true number 10. Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. It was made by Luke Vercoloni off the great positioning and the recycling by the ball of Shintaro Harada. Great goal for the Switchbacks, 1-0.
You can see the confidence, that shot right there growing in Miguel Gonzalez.
Absolutely.
He is taking over a leadership role, a young player, but certainly one of the most talented in this league. He shows it there.
Absolutely.
1-0. Switchbacks out in front. Real Monarchs looking to counter, dancing into the box. A good setup in front of the net and somehow poked away.
Wow. Mike Seth there with the clearance. Aaron King's going to have to hold it up here. No, that's okay. The Switchbacks can push up here. Got to take a little bit of pressure off their defense. Most dangerous time for a team is right after you've scored. That's the most dangerous time, and the Switchbacks are experiencing that right now with Real in the attack.
So the Switchbacks have scored the last 2 goals in this series, and boy, worth a third look. And you can see Vercoloni, the pass up ahead, and here we go.
Gonzalez just too fast there. Picks his spot in the far corner, and there's no doubt about it as soon as it leaves his foot.
We talked about it last week. Between these two clubs, Real Monarchs certainly won the possession battle, but it was the opportune shots for the Switchbacks that was the difference. They got a goal last week. Should have had 2.
Absolutely.
One obviously disallowed, but this is what Steve Tritchie wanted to do: attack and take advantage of those timely opportunities.
Absolutely, and they're doing exactly what Steve Tritchie wanted them to do. They're exploiting the weaknesses of Salt Lake. They're getting in between these players. These players are always looking to go forward, and they're exploiting these weaknesses in these spaces perfectly so far.
So a great start, 12th minute, Miguel Gonzalez from Luke Vercoloni. That's Vercoloni's 2nd assist of the season. Last week he assisted on the goal from Mike Seth. And physical play, and you can see a tackle here on the part of Switchbacks FC, and has an all-out tackle.
2 players getting wrapped up. No need to bring out a card. Sensible refereeing again. The referee's done well the opening 15 minutes here.
Well, statistically this season, 34 fouls for the Switchbacks and 24 for their opponents.
This ball's going to be put into the box here. Switchback should be comfortable on this. Head coach Steve Tritchie talked at length about being comfortable with his team's size and physicality from these kind of defensive dead ball situations.
Set piece out of the box, in front of the box, headed up and through the end line.
Yeah.
So good position by the Switchbacks, and Roland, 2 weeks ago we saw a breakdown stoppage time that cost them as a result, and now we take another look, and
just a ball into the far post. It's going to reach the far post. Good defending there by the Switchbacks, ushered out for a corner.
Switchbacks team has certainly tightened it up on both ends, and now a corner opportunity, the 2nd of the match. Here comes in the 16th minute. And this is Lucas Baldwin on the corner here for Real Monarchs. Hit it up into the box, and Shin Harada. Beautiful position for the Switchbacks.
Harada in the right position again. Feels like I've said it 100 times already.
There's Vercoloni closing, and a good bump. That's going to be Switchbacks possession.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a goal kick here for Davila. Davila has been absolutely fantastic since he's come in. It's like I said before, it's a real blessing in disguise to have these 2 starting goalkeepers, but it's been absolutely fantastic so far for the Switchbacks. Brings a real calmness and a real sense of tranquility to the defensive line for the Switchbacks. Really relaxes the defenders and allows them to focus on their job.
And it's huge knowing that you got a guy like Samir Bader waiting in the wings, but obviously Gorick, he's playing with a ton of confidence, and why not the shutout last week? He's got a 1-0 lead here in the early going against Real Monarchs.
Absolutely, and he hasn't really been tested today so far, to be honest with you. It's been possession, but it's been possession for possession's sake. Salt Lake passing the ball around, not making too many opportunities, to say the least.
And a Monarchs player down, and it looks like Darian Copeland going to be okay up off the pitch, and here we go.
Yeah, he's going to take the free kick. Just looked like he pulled up there, but he should be fine to continue.
Midfield, Shin Harada.
Again.
And Vercodoli dumps it off. Here we go. Syed Robinson, room. The Monarchs pitch in, but Robinson using the good speed into the box now. Syed sends it in. Man free, turning shot, and it's gobbled up there by Lalo Fernandez. But Aaron King, Steve Tritchie talked about wanting to get him in the scoring act, being able to finish a perfect opportunity there. Just a good play by Fernandez.
Absolutely, he was in the right place at the right time. Ball through here the middle, Salt Lake.
Shot in a goal, just like that. Real Monarchs, a breakdown defensively for the Switchbacks, and Eddie Taveras has tied this match at 1 apiece in the 18th minute.
That was an absolute defensive breakdown. That was catastrophic from the Switchbacks there. They switched off there, right down the middle. Yeah, straight through the middle here. Nothing Bejarano can do. Too late coming over. Excellent striking play. He's going to put it into the far corner. That's good play, to be honest with you. There's not much you can say about that. That's good play from Salt Lake.
Well, it comes officially in the 17th minute, 16:58 the mark.
It's very, very unlucky on the Switchbacks, to be honest with you. They've been bossing this game. Real Monarchs haven't really had any chances, and that was, the Switchbacks had possession of that ball in their own offensive end. So for that to come down there, that's very, very disappointing for the Switchbacks. That was a goal out of absolutely nothing there for Salt Lake.
Well, one of the keys that they talked about here during the week of practice, keeping the ball in front of them. They did a great job last week in Salt Lake, and you could see on that last play, obviously, Real Monarchs got behind them, and bad things happen for the Switchbacks.
Absolutely. The good news is there's absolutely plenty of time here to regroup. We haven't even reached the 20th minute mark. The Switchbacks have played very, very well. I would not be worried about them. I don't see Tritchie being very worried. He's pacing the sideline right now. He doesn't look like he's worried. Ball out there. That's a cheap giveaway by Real Monarchs. And Colorado Springs is going to take advantage of that with Miguel Gonzalez here taking the throw into Harada.
Optimiscu Harada. Now Vercodoli dumps it back. And good speed there by Bejarano to close in, or check that Greer. Greer at 34 and Bejarano at 30. Bejarano near side looking for the ball. He'll take it near side. A little bit of room to work for Bejarano. Dancing, dumps it off. Now Gonzalez scored the opening goal just minutes ago. Vercodoli chips it up. Here's Syed Robinson into the box, controls it. Syed left foot shot, and it's gobbled up there by Lalo Fernandez. But great movement by the Switchbacks.
Absolutely. Once again, it's Robinson on that far side. His speed is causing the defense absolute nightmares here. That's great play by the Switchbacks for another opportunity.
Rolling the tempo of this game much faster than perhaps we anticipated for a team that likes to possess the ball. Big bump of the back, and they're going to get Harada with the call.
Absolutely, and it's a much faster start than it was last weekend in Salt Lake at Rio Tinto Stadium. And to be honest with you, when you see these back-to-back games, that's something that you're going to see. You're going to see that. We're going to have another look at the foul here. It's just a 50-50 ball. Harada comes in from behind, and the referee's going to call that every time.
Harada letting him know he's there on that physical presence. Baldwin.
Should be the goalkeepers.
And poked out of there. And ball's still up in the air, whistle, and we're going to go the other way. But Gork doing a good job to get a fist on that to punch it out of harm's way.
Absolutely, and then he was fouled.
You can see the jersey of David Agork flapping in the wind. Certainly playing a factor in this one. Boy, just physical play by Gork in just his second start.
Yeah, well, he knows what he's doing back there, and he's certainly got the size to handle these kind of balls over the top.
So up we go. Greer across midfield. He's got Gonzalez out in front. Here comes Miguel Gonzalez, and going to be able to keep it in play. Thought he was going to be able to chase that down, but boy, just too much. And what you can see the flag bending in the corner, the wind really picking up, blowing now to the south and east, and that no doubt, Roland, going to be a factor here in this match.
Absolutely, you can just tell it's just kicked up in the last 3 or 4 minutes here, and it's going to be blowing into Real Salt Lake's face here for a little while, so we're going to see how that affects them. But the Monarchs, they've got to keep it tight at the back. I don't think wind is going to be a concern for them.
Physical play, and boy, the Switchbacks, as the trend has been this season, they've got the advantage in terms of fouls on their opponents.
Absolutely. Switchbacks just getting a little bit closer to Salt Lake than the Monarchs are doing to them. Nothing malicious yet, absolutely. And no reason for a yellow card.
And Bejarano lets it roll through the end line for the Switchbacks. Well, the temperature starting to drop. At kickoff, we had 40 degrees. The sun was still up, but it has dropped in a hurry. The action certainly has not dropped it from the kickoff. It has gotten better and better. This has been an outstanding match. We talked about the field conditions being a factor, and so far, Roland, it has not, at least from this vantage point, played a big part in this match.
The ball seems to be bouncing around a little bit more than both teams would like, but I don't think the field has caused any concern yet. You might see it start to cut up a little bit in the second half, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that.
And Gonzalez trying to get free, and we got a foul back by midfield. Vercoloni on the turf, or check that. Taylor Hunter, the new addition from the Dynamo out of the MLS, on the turf, going to be okay. Fans, you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content only on Facebook. Up and into the box, Seth lays out, ball still free, and now cleared out of there by the Monarchs.
That was good play from Mike Seth. He was looking for his strike partner there in Aaron King. He just wasn't able to chest the ball over to his friend there.
That's Max Rohofer, a name we haven't called outside of the pregame. He was a new addition, a true number 9, 6'1" physical player. And one of the keys, at least going into this match tonight, being able to mark a very talented frontline player for the Monarchs.
He's been isolated so far. The Switchbacks have done a good job of keeping the balls to him well back, and they've done a good job of isolating him between the two center backs so far.
Here's Copeland near side, working near midfield, and Seth closes in for the Switchbacks. Takeaway there by Gonzalez. Here we go the other way. Room to run. This is King. Dumps it off right side. Vercoloni now out in space. Here's Syed Robinson. Robinson down the far side, closing in the Monarchs. Ball chipped in front of the box. Gonzalez hits the turf. And we get a penalty in the box. And for the first time this season for the Switchbacks, we've got a penalty kick. And Miguel Gonzalez a chance to put the Switchbacks out in front for the second time here tonight.
Look, an absolute clear foul. We'll see it here on the replay, but there was no question about that.
Now that's what kind of pressure Miguel Gonzalez puts on a defense. Clearly in the box, take it down. Here we go.
No question. Clear penalty kick, absolutely no question about it. It looks like the captain, Vercoloni, is going to step up to take it.
So Vercoloni will take the penalty kick. So he'll set it up. Chance for the Switchbacks to go out in front.
A little bit of gamesmanship here by the Real Monarchs goalkeeper. You're going to see that everywhere in every league. Just trying to slow it down, just trying to get Vercoloni's mind off the kick here.
Vercoloni's got a couple assists. Can he add a goal to the tally this season?
He's got all the experience in the world. This will be absolutely nothing new to Luke Vercoloni here.
First player drafted in Switchbacks history. Chance for his first goal as a Switchback against Fernandez. Vercoloni staying loose out in front of the box. Here we go. Vercoloni dashes in, shot, and a goal! Luke Vercoloni has put the Switchbacks out in front. 2-1 here in the 25th minute.
That's a near perfect penalty from Vercoloni. He goes hard, he goes low, and he goes to the goalkeeper's right. There's absolutely nothing the keeper can do to stop that. That ball's burying in the side of the net. This is a fantastic penalty from Vercoloni, as we see here on the replay. Vercoloni steps up, keeps his head low, drills the ball low to the goalkeeper's right. That's a fantastic play.
And right on cue, here comes the rain. Down in sheets here at Sand Creek Stadium, but the fans, they don't feel a bit of this moisture falling out of the sky. They're fired up as the Switchbacks putting on a show here offensively. 2-1, we've played just 25 plus minutes, and now a whistle down near the end line, and boy, they didn't like the call at all. It's going to be a free kick here for Real Monarchs.
And being Colorado, Josh, that rain has already turned to flurries of snow.
We could see all 4 seasons by the end of tonight. Beautiful sunny skies to open up this game, and here we are, just 25 plus minutes in, rain starting to fall harder and harder. Lucas Baldwin now on a free kick for the Monarchs.
This is a dangerous position here for Salt Lake. They're going to whip this ball into the back post. They've got all their players up here in the Switchbacks box. This is real danger here.
Rain turning to snow. Baldwin on the free kick. Chips it up in front of the box, headed out of there. Great defense on the part of Luke Vercoloni.
Well played.
Well, they've tightened up. They had a one breakdown. Tough to do in terms of what Eli Tavares did to get behind them and score that goal for the Real Monarchs. But other than that, they've been solid as evidence there. Good position. And the shot sails wide to the right side.
Yeah, that was a bit hectic right there. Might have got caught up in the wind a little bit, but that ball has gone flying over. Little break in the action here. You know, this weather, this wind is kicking up here. It's blowing behind the Switchbacks. It's going to be helping them here for the rest of this half. And in the second half, it's going to be a bit of a hindrance here to the home team.
Roland, we haven't seen a lot of long balls. Obviously, the Real Monarchs goal, nice assist up out in front. But other than that, the Switchbacks have done a great job keeping the passing compact and doing a good job to try to break down this Monarchs defense. Real Monarchs on the run the other way. They'll continue to push as Harada behind. They'll dump it into the box and then cleared out of there with the left foot. In position, Taylor Hunter for the Switchbacks.
Phillips got caught out of position there, but Real were unable to capitalize.
That's Tavares working near side, and boy, good defense. Syed Robinson. Numbers for Real Monarchs.
You can see the danger that Robinson possesses every time he touches the ball. He's the Switchbacks' exit.
Hunter drops back defensively. Now Hunter with a takeaway. Room, Harada now drops it off for Vercoloni. Vercoloni, Harada lets it go through. It gets through. Mike Seth to midfield.
Great strength from Seth there. That's great strength. The referee could have blown for a foul, but Harada's got the ball now. Vercoloni.
Little give and go, back and forth. Harada setting there at midfield. Now Robinson up ahead over the head of King.
Looking for Aaron King again. He's the focal point of the Switchbacks attack once again.
Boy, the Switchbacks want to get King involved in the scoring here tonight. He leads the team in shots coming into this one. Still does not have a goal to show for his efforts coming into the fourth match of the season.
And he's working ever so hard. He just doesn't have the goal to show for it, but his work effort is top class.
Fans Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
Game's getting a little bit stretched at the moment, getting a little bit hectic. Just needs to be settled down by both teams. Both teams are getting a little bit stretched here.
A good possess here for Real Monarchs. Velasco up ahead of the box, goes through, and there's Gonzalez to chase it down for the Switchbacks. Good position and possession for Switchbacks FC. So Bayerano on the throw-in. Into that win, you can see how it's affected the flight of the ball.
Mike Seth gets up well there to head the ball on, unfortunately out of bounds for Salt Lake's throw.
Boyd Okwano.
Aaron King, good hold-up play from Aaron King. He's going to find Vercoloni. He's going to look far side of the field. J.J. Greer's going to play it out wide.
So Greer and company set it up here on this attack for the Switchbacks. 2-1 our score. The Switchbacks leading Real Monarchs. A couple of goals for the Switchbacks. One off the foot of Miguel Gonzalez, the assist to Luke Vercoloni, and then Luke Vercoloni gets the penalty kick in the 25th minute. 2-1 to score, and that penalty kick answering Eli Tavares' beautiful goal in the 17th minute to even it at 1. So 2-1 Switchbacks. Out in front, Gonzalez gets free again, and offside's the call.
That's a great ball from Phillips, so he's looking over the top, he's looking early, plays a great pass. Nothing wrong with that. Let's try it again.
So with the turnover, midfield, ricochet around King. Can he get by the defender? No, good tackle there on the part of Alex Sunley. A team that likes to possess. Real Monarchs doing that across midfield. They'll chip it up into the front. Here's Tavares. Drops it back now for Okwuna. Tavares and Okwuna. Back and forth. Tavares, good move. And he'll set up Baldwin.
It's good possession play here from Salt Lake, but again,
And they get free of the box, but black jerseys everywhere. And, well, that's what Steve Tritchie talked about. Let them possess, but pinch off the interior.
Exactly. It's possession for possession's sake. Once again, it's not hurting the Switchbacks.
And Bejarano getting a foot on that ball, sails out. And I believe a corner opportunity here for Real Monarchs. Their third corner of the first half. It comes here in the 32nd minute.
It's going to be an outswinger from the right footer here. It's going to be difficult for the goalkeeper to get his hands on it, but we'll see how the Switchbacks deal with this.
So Baldwin on the corner, drives it with the right foot, gets through the box and headed out. It goes to the end line and gets out.
Goal kick for the Switchbacks there.
Fans, if you visit the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub only on USLsoccer.com. Well, rolling the rain, starting to lighten up just a bit here. We saw rain, sheets of rain turn to snow. And now just wind blowing on the pitch here as Fernandez comes out to play it on the hop.
We saw an example there of the pitch right there. There was a bad hop back to the goalkeeper, but he was able to recover.
Cyan Robinson. Here comes the snow again. Robinson through two defenders, not able to get out of there with the possession. Harada up from the back. Oh, and they're going to get him for a foul.
That's unlucky, I think. You know, seeing it first time, I think Shintaro Harada's unlucky there, but I'm going to have to see the replay. Looked like he was in there at a good time.
But for the Switchbacks, you love the physical play that Shin Harada comes with. And boy, just barely caught him. Perhaps a bit of acting.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there.
Nonetheless, possession, Real Monarchs.
Absolutely fantastic atmosphere here. You know, Josh, we got the snow coming down. We got the lights. We got both teams on the field. We got the stands full. This is absolutely fantastic here.
And this is what Steve Tritchie wanted. He wanted a game of the weather, and he's got it here. His team up 2-1, 33rd minute.
Absolutely. He was stressing to his team.
Vercanoli up ahead. Here's Saeed Robinson. He's got room. One-on-one to the outside. Saeed moves in, poked out of there. Saeed continues to push, drop back now. Here's Hunter, Shin Harada, and that's going to get loose. Look out. Room here for Real Monarchs. They'll cross it over. Turning in. Set up in the box. And now a whistle.
The linesman inexplicably has his flag up. I don't know what the linesman has seen here, because he couldn't have called offside because that was a Switchbacks player that played the ball. That's a Switchbacks player that played the ball. There could not have been an offside there. I do not see what the referee's looking at here. Here's the replay. We see the ball coming through. I'm not sure. That's a different replay. I'm not sure what the referees are seeing. They're in council here.
Early in the season, but obviously the officials trying to get up to speed in terms of just how to call this league.
Absolutely. Both sets of players are confused. Both coaches are standing out on the field. The snow is coming down heavier and heavier. It looks like a clear refereeing mistake to me. The Switchbacks player played the ball, and the linesman has put up his flag for offside. I don't really understand what's going on here, but we're going to get it sorted out soon enough.
Well, let's take another look at that, and what was the official saying?
You know, I'm not sure. There's no way he can be calling a penalty there. He's already blown. We need more of a replay here. He's already blown earlier here. I don't know what. Steve Tritchie doesn't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on here. The referee's just in council.
But a break, obviously, for the Switchbacks.
Absolutely, absolutely. Salt Lake had a good moment there. It looks like we're going to have a drop ball here. It looks like the referee's going to call a contested drop ball on the edge of the box, something I have not seen in 15 years of covering soccer. This is absolutely bizarre, ladies and gentlemen. We have a contested drop ball here at the top of the Switchbacks ball. The referee is going to drop the ball, and both players are going to have an opportunity to go after it. This is going to get messy here. Both players are going to go in full bore here to get this ball. This is going to be a contested drop ball, and there it goes. And the referee's blown it immediately. The referee's losing control of this game. To be honest with you, he's going to call it again. Drop ball again here, right above the Switchbacks box on the edge of the 18.
So Rollhofer, number 9, in there on this drop ball in front of the box, still free, poked out of there. Ball up in the air as the snow comes flying out of the sky, and now it's sent out of there. Good defensive work on a back end by the Switchbacks. And you talk about a tall task now for Real Monarchs. We can see on the camera the raindrops falling, but up in the lights, it's blowing out of the south. They are playing directly into the teeth of this wind.
Absolutely.
Is this Real Monarchs SLC team?
Yeah, it's bad weather. You know, go back to that last chance, and the Switchbacks Switchbacks box. That was a bizarre set of opportunities there, but it all came from the referee's indecision. It all came from him deciding to have a drop ball there. There was absolutely no need for that decision to be made. There was 1,000 things the referee could have done there, and luckily the Switchbacks didn't give away a penalty kick.
Good help at the back end defensively as the ball sails up in the stands. That's Josh Phillips. And well, we talked about that Kareem Smith out with that hip flexor, but Josh Phillips certainly been a strong presence defensively here for Steve Tritchew's squad of the first half. 37th minute, 2-1 our score. Switchbacks FC out on top midfield. Playing it as Darian Copeland. Copeland here to the Switchbacks end.
And to get back to Josh Phillips for a second, talking to Tritchew, he's been working very, very hard in training. This is his opportunity, and he's been told to take his chance.
Oh, you can see one mistake, and King is lurking. He's looking for his opportunity to strike for the first time this season.
He's becoming more and more isolated, Aaron King, but that's going to benefit him and the Switchbacks.
Monarchs go to work outside the box. Shin Harada, a little bit of flick, shot, sails up, and a good stop there by David Agora. Gets high in the air, physical play, but using those strong hands. Now Cyan Robinson the other way. Up ahead, here's King. King's got room, and they're going to call an offside, and I mean just offside.
Barely. We're right above that. You know, Josh, we're standing right above that one. We could see that one. We're in line with that. He just went too early. Just went too early.
And another look, and David Agork, he has been outstanding. Not an easy ball to secure.
Not in these conditions as well. You know, the snow, the rain, it's going to make that ball slick. It's going to make it slippery. Good goalkeeping.
Live action, ball free in front of the box. Real Monarchs circle, and Gorick, what presence to get up after the first block and come there to secure the shot. And David Agork certainly up to the test here to this point, holding on to the 2-1 lead. 38th minute.
Good goalkeeping. Good goalkeeping. We're going to take a replay here at this last shot for Salt Lake. Ball a little bit awkward here, and you know, that's the second chance there for Davila to save.
But that's Rohofer. That's the kind of pressure the number 9 can put on a defense. So absolutely. Midfield, Shin Harada trying to chip it up ahead. They'll get it through. Here's Gonzalez, and not able to get by, just too much out in front of that ball. Tried to play it to himself, goes through the end line, but again, just what Miguel Gonzalez is able to do on the back end of that Real Monarchs defense.
Absolutely. That was a great pass there by Mike Seth. Touch let him down, but that was a fantastic first time ball from Mike Seth through the middle of the Real Monarchs defense.
So Roland, just probably around 6 minutes to go here in this opening half. How key is it for the Switchbacks to try to tack on another goal with the wind being at their back? They've got a huge challenge in front of them if the wind continues to blow out of the south in the second half.
That's a very good point, and you know, the more moisture we're going to get on this field, the more it's going to slick up the surface, the more the ball is going to skid off it. It is important for the Switchbacks to not only maintain the draw here, but to try to add to that lead, or try to add to that draw and get the lead here at the end of the first half.
Missed tackle by Real Monarchs. Vercaldi circling inside midfield. Here's Gonzalez now, left side, going to be able to pull it in. Knocked out by Real Monarchs, and Gonzalez quickly up to play it here on the throw-in. He'll drop it back to Bejarano, and an opportunity here in the 40th minute for the Switchbacks.
We're going to have a long throw from the Switchbacks. Here's the challenge here. Nothing wrong with that. Just a throw in. No harm, no foul. Long throw in for Bejarano. Is going to go straight into the box.
A live action into the box. Free. Bejarano drops back. Clay with the right foot. Possessing here. Now chips it back to Harada. Little give and go perhaps.
Just on the wrong page. They were on the wrong page. You know, that's a good play from Harada. His positioning was well. Just got mixed up there with Bejarano.
They're doing it from all sides here tonight. Left side, right side, and then up the middle. This Switchbacks team has been impressive. They've continued to attack the result, a 2-1 lead. The second goal coming on a penalty kick off the right foot of Luke Vercaldi in the 25th minute. He just ticked inside the 41st minute, I should say, here in the opening half.
It's been a fantastic half so far, Josh. Absolutely fantastic half. Both teams with chances. It's been really, really good soccer so far.
Fans, a reminder, you can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's on Twitter at USL.
Offside there for Real Monarchs. Just a little bit too fast there on their move out to the right wing.
So possession for Switchbacks FC and an offside call here.
That's a nice flick. You know, there's a little flick between the legs, but he's offside. Again, good covering by Bejarano, but in the end it wasn't necessary.
Fans, all USL regular season and playoff games available live and free in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL on YouTube channel today.
Switchbacks, I think they're going to be very, very happy with this half when they go in at the break. They haven't dominated. They've kept the ball well. They've kept Salt Lake in front of them for the most part, with the sole exception being Real Salt Lake's goal or Salt Lake Monarchs goal. But, I think the Switchbacks have played well.
Bejarano misses on that attempt. Now Vercalotti circles back across midfield. King in the area.
It's good covering by Vercalotti, and again, he wins the ball there. Falls to Mike Seth.
Now Seth. Other side for Cider Robinson, not able to get through. Boy, that's trouble for the Monarchs if that ball gets by.
Yes, sir. You said it, Josh.
Harada, a little bump. Love the physical play by Shin, number 21 out there at the midfield for the Switchbacks. Gonzalez now. Eyes downfield. He's got Robinson. And here comes Cider Robinson out in front. Side crosses over with the left foot. Shot and a goal!
Oh, that's fantastic.
Cider Robinson!
That's an astonishing strike. The fans here at Sand Creek Stadium are on their feet. Absolutely, everybody's going absolutely well. That's a fantastic strike by Robinson. Just what you were saying, Josh.
And how about the finish? A thing of beauty by the youngster, Cider Robinson.
He uses his speed. He takes it on the right foot. He cuts inside the defender here. Nice chance off the left. Takes it in stride, and it's just too strong for the goalkeeper. That's a fantastic finish by the young man. Absolutely fantastic.
Cider Robinson making the most of his second career start here in the USL Pro League, and the fans on their feet. Why not?
Absolutely, and it's just what Steve Tritchu told us yesterday. This guy's a spark plug. He's electric. He brings the pace. He brings the goals. That's exactly what he's done tonight for the Switchbacks. That was fantastic play.
You talk about players that have the ability to take their game to the next level. Certainly number 11, one of those young men who could be doing that sometime in the near future. Here comes Aaron King. Aaron King out in front. King shot. He's taken down to the box center. We gonna get a call.
Looks like we're going to call a corner kick on that. That was a fantastic defense there. It was late defense. Looks like a bit of a late call.
What a lot of barking out of the keeper for Real Monarchs. Lalo Fernandez. Not sure what the talk with the official was.
Yeah, no, that's good defense there by Real Monarchs. He's come in. That's going to be a corner kick for the Switchbacks. It was well defended, but he shouldn't have let Aaron King in there.
So corner opportunity here. Miguel Gonzalez, he's got a goal already here tonight. Scored the opening goal. 3-1 now. Corner kick, and ball still free in front of the net. And now we've got a whistle, stoppage in play.
It's one of those ones where the referee's going to see any kind of contact with the goalkeeper, and they're just automatically going to blow the whistle for the foul there.
And another look here.
Robinson on the left foot, takes it in stride. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper can do. Far post, he buries it. That's a fantastic finish. One of the best goals you'll see in the USL all year, and by far the best goal for the Switchbacks this season.
Roland, the ability of Cider Robinson to rein in the ball, though it looked like he got a little too far out in front, but his quickness able to catch up to that ball and set up his own shot.
Absolutely. He's got Velcro on the end of those cleats. He's a fantastic player. Got great touch to go with that great speed.
Bejarano on the back end now is going to drop it off defensively. Trouble in front of the box for a moment, but there to recover is Gonzalez, working it down the line.
Switchbacks just trying to get to halftime here now with the 3-1 lead.
Here in the 45th minute. Far side, they're going to work across midfield. We talked about the importance of getting one more goal. 2 minutes of stoppage time coming up here once we hit the 45th minute.
Looks like we're going to have a card here. Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card. Looks like it's going to go on Shintaro Harada. That looks very, very unlucky for me. I think it's an accumulation of fouls. None of these fouls, to me, has been a yellow card offense, but it's an accumulation. That's absolutely what it's going to be, a yellow card on Shintaro Harada.
The 11th yellow card issued to the Switchbacks this season. And it comes in the 45th minute. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time here to finish out the opening half, and a free kick situation here for Real Monarchs.
Yeah, Real Monarchs, SLC, they're going to pump the ball into the box here and hope they can get something, particularly from this number 9. They're going to be looking for a goal right before halftime here.
Gorick in goal for the Switchbacks. 3-1 our score.
Switchbacks have everybody behind the ball here. Just a one-man wall, not much of a wall. They've got all 9 outfield players here in the box.
Lucas Baldwin on a free kick for Real Monarchs. Again, in 2 minutes of stoppage time.
More confusion from the referee here, but here we go.
Baldwin, strike with the right foot, sends it into the box, still free, and cleared out of there.
That was Harada getting the ball clear again. Sorry to interrupt you there, Josh.
Shin Harada, tremendous defensively, gets over the head of a switchback, goes through the end line. I believe that was last touch, yes indeed, by the Monarchs. So possession here for the Switchbacks. Final minute of stoppage time here at the opening half. Now, Shin Harada gives you so much on both ends, but you love the tenacity he plays with.
I do, and that was just another ticky-tacky. That's a 50-50 foul. There's not really too much in that, but it's an accumulation of fouls that's led to that yellow card for Shintaro Harada. I think it's a bit unlucky, but you could make an argument that he's picked up 4 or 5 fouls here in the first half. Maybe it's time for a caution.
Well, the results good so far for the Switchbacks, up 3-1. Final seconds of stoppage time of the opening half. Ricochet around, still opportunity to go up for the Switchbacks. Dumped in front, Gonzalez, ball still free. Gonzalez breaking free the box, and Fernandez comes out to make the play. Boy, Fernandez, he has been tested time and time again here in the opening half.
He has, and that was great work again there from Aaron King. It's not something you're going to see on the stat sheet. He's not going to get a goal from that kind of work. He's not going to get too much praise. He's held the ball up well. He's a physical presence, and he's causing Real Monarchs SLC all kinds of problems here.
Harada midfield. Now Gonzalez backs it up, and that will wrap it up for the opening half. What a half of soccer by Switchbacks FC. They tack on 3 goals. Gonzalez gets 1. Vercaroli, Saeed Robinson. 3-1 our score. The Switchbacks out in front. This is Switchback Soccer on CET and KRDO 105.5 FM and 1240 AM.
At Kaiser Permanente, everything you need is under one roof. Another way care and coverage together makes life easier. Okay, a little easier. Become a member of Kaiser Permanente, because together we thrive.
This month, don't miss out on Real Ticket. Host Bobby Bennett takes you on a ride through the latest trailers, what's coming out this month on Xfinity On Demand, and with any luck, a few friends may just stop by to talk movies. Check out Real Ticket and enjoy the magic of the movies all month long, only on Comcast Entertainment Television. It's the new year and we have a new look. Comcast Entertainment Television is now in stunning high definition. Click on Xfinity Channel 900 and see us like you've never seen us before. High school sports, documentaries, Denver Broncos, and local programming. CET now in high definition.
Headed to the mountains? Watch Good Morning Vail now on CET Comcast Entertainment Television for everything you need to know before you hit the slopes. Good Morning Vail, your local resource for mountain weather, snow totals, and travel conditions. We'll be your guide from the first chairlift ride to the final run of the season. So don't miss the fun. Watch Good Morning Vail live every day at 7 a.m. on Comcast Entertainment Television. Good Morning Vail. Be in the know before you go.
Looking for something to do in Colorado? You're in luck with Out West. Out West takes you up and down the state finding interesting things to do with the family or a friend. Check out Out West every Tuesday at 9 p.m. only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Get out on the pitch with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Join the team all season long as they take on the best the USL has to offer. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks, right here on Comcast Entertainment Television. Speed, action, competition, dominance, victory. Inline speed skating only on CET. Another great slate of live events comes your way in April, including the inaugural game of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and the season opener for the Denver Outlaws. It's all that and more right here on CET.
looking more like January than mid-April, but what a scene here tonight. Sand Creek Stadium, the Switchbacks leading Real Monarchs 3-1 our score. An impressive performance in the opening 45 minutes by the home team as they lead Real Monarchs at half for the second consecutive week. Well, this league, certainly a lot of tremendous things going on in the USL Pro League, and here to talk about it, one of the officials from the USL Pro League. Here's more on the USL Pro League.
My pleasure to be joined by Stephen Short, the Vice President of Business Development for the USL, at this inaugural game for the Colorado Springs Switchback. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us today. What an honor it must be for you and the league to be here in Colorado Springs for this inaugural game.
Well, absolutely, and thank you for having us. It's important as we look at the city of Colorado Springs and what Reagan Sports has done to bring the game back to Colorado Springs. You look around the venue, it's absolutely gorgeous. We see the fans rolling in, the music's cranking, so we're excited to get this game underway.
You saw this venue a couple years ago. It has really transformed into a beautiful facility for soccer. And does it fit those standards of the USL?
It absolutely does. We're seeing venues that are seating up to 5,000 and even those exceeding that, with like a Sacramento expansion to 12,000 this season. So we're creating an atmosphere for fans to come enjoy a game, see a competitive match, and it's family affordable at the same time, so it's a quality entertainment product.
There's no doubt about that. One of the things I find interesting is the expansion of this league and how quickly it's growing from, what, 14, 15 teams last year? You have 24 now? That's incredible.
Correct. So we established Destination 2020, which is the mantra for the league, and our goal with 14 teams beginning last year, we doubled it, actually we added, we didn't double, to 24 this season. So we've seen tremendous expansion in the off season, and we expect a similar expansion type this season. I can't reveal too much to you right now, but we're excited to make some upcoming announcements.
Last question for you. Attendance here, we're expecting a sellout here at Sand Creek Stadium. It's been up around the league. It's just a real credit to your league and the sport of soccer. It's growing.
It absolutely is. Last year through the turnstiles, we had more than 600,000 through the 14 teams. Now at 24 teams, we're only expecting things to go up from here. Again, expecting a sellout today. Excited to see this crowd and support this team, and really excited to see a competitive match between these two strong clubs.
Well, welcome to Colorado Springs. It was my pleasure to talk to you today, and good luck with the league moving forward.
Well, thank you very much, and enjoy the game today.
We certainly will.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
This is a message from your inner athlete. Registration is now open for Colorado's largest sports festival, the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games. Competition takes place July 17th through the 19th and July 24th through the 26th. Choose from over 40 sports. All ages and skill levels can compete. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org or call for more information. Come out and compete, win a medal, and join the excitement at the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games.
We made it!
This April on CET, spring is warming up and so is XSR. Every Sunday, check out the latest Xfinity Sports Report and see the hottest high school sports highlights. Tune into Switchback Soccer as we cover the newest team to hit Colorado Springs. Then check out inline speed skating and total dominance. It's all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television. Shake off the winter cold by warming up your body with yoga. Kelly Moore will lead you through poses transforming your body and mind. Feel the sunshine on your skin as she instructs breath techniques, muscle control, and releasing tension. Living Yoga now in stunning HD, only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
A snowstorm here at Sand Creek Stadium, but what a position right now for the Switchbacks FC, leading Real Monarchs 3-1 here at the half. Josh Howe alongside Roland Ermar here at the break, and boy, Roland, what an opening half. Steve Tritchie talked about what he wanted to establish against Real Monarchs the second time in less than a week, and so far so good for the home team.
Absolutely, they followed Tritchie's game plan very, very well. Got a great result so far at the half. It's just about what they can do in the next 45 minutes.
Recapping the scoring, Miguel Gonzalez got it started, and he is electric. Good position of the box, and he finished exactly what they needed to do against a team that likes to possess the ball, take advantage of limited opportunities.
Absolutely, and that early goal, that was key for the Switchbacks. It forced Salt Lake to open up. They were able to get the goal, but Switchbacks were able to get the lead.
Some of the numbers from that opening 45-plus minutes for the Switchbacks and the Real Monarchs. 6 shots for both these teams. 5 shots on goal, though, for Switchbacks FC. And, one of the impressive things is you see the snow continue to fly. This is a team, they wanted to be more up-tempo, more aggressive, and they got that, and they got the results with the 3 goals.
Absolutely. The Switchbacks, they were direct. They got their corner kicks. They did commit more fouls, but they were able to keep the ball for longer. That time of possession is absolutely key there, especially against a team that likes to possess the ball like Salt Lake.
Absolutely. A nearly 6-minute advantage in terms of time of possession for the Switchbacks. And, boy, if you're Real Monarchs, you're in the locker room at the half, you come out to a blizzard, you got to be thinking, what do we have to do? They're out of their rhythm. They're not able to possess for the length of time that they're accustomed to possessing, and they're down 2 goals.
Absolutely. They are going to be used to this kind of weather coming from Salt Lake. It's not going to be the worst thing from them. It's not like they're coming from Austin. It's not like they're coming from Los Angeles. So I don't think the weather is going to be too much of a factor for them, but it's all about their age. It's about this young team. They're calling up players from their PDL team, so it's all about how they react to going down by such a big deficit at halftime.
A young team, and for Switchbacks FC, you have the feeling they're smelling blood after 45 minutes of play.
I think Tritchie's going to be in there telling him, get an early 4th goal. That'll kill the game off. After the 4th goal, go out there, have fun, express yourself, do what you want, but let's get that 4th goal. Let's get it out of the way early here in the second half.
Roland, this is hard to believe. This is only the 4th match of the regular season for the Switchbacks. What adjustments they have made. 2 games, they certainly had some bumps in the road, but after that hiccup, a late game lapse against OKC, they have really got this dialed in, and everybody seems to be on the same page.
They are, they're improving every game. That's all they can ask for. There have been a little hiccups, like you said, Josh, but I think they're really, really improving, and this has been the best game so far.
What an opening half of soccer. 3 goals. This one of them up ahead, Luke Vercaroli. Well, what are the opportunities? Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Miguel Gonzalez shaking free for the first goal of the game.
Rifling it into the back of the net. Nothing the goalkeeper can do. Nothing 10 goalkeepers could do on that one. Fantastic goal by the Switchbacks. 1-0.
With the off foot coming in the 12th minute, Eddie Tavares would get the scoring going for Real Monarchs. Up ahead, breaks down the defense, and that is just a thing of beauty there. Splits the defense. Nothing.
Defensive lap for the Switchbacks. It happens, but they righted the ship here. There's good goalkeeping, and more opportunities for the Switchbacks.
And Gonzalez down to the box, and a penalty kick. Luke Vercaroli, 2 assists on the year, and now his first goal.
Absolutely.
A 2-1 lead at that point. That come into the 25th minute.
And there's the yellow card for Harada. I still think that was cheap. It's an accumulation of fouls. We'll have to talk to the referee after the match. It looks cheap to me. It looks light, but he's going to be playing the second half of the yellow card.
So Harada bringing that physical intensity to the game, and then a drop ball.
This is a bizarre situation. You know, I watch this game every day of my life for as many years as I can remember, and I haven't seen a competitive, contested drop ball in decades. That was a bizarre play. I really don't know what the referee was thinking there. It led to absolute chaos, but luckily the Switchbacks didn't give up a goal.
David Agork up for the task, and this, no doubt, the prettiest goal we've seen all season.
That's fantastic. Just brilliant from Saeed Robinson. Just brilliant.
With the off foot, buries it with the left foot. And how about the finish by young Saeed?
And a celebration to match. You know, he came over here. He was giving the fans some high fives. He was interacting with some of the fans. That's absolutely great play. That's fantastic. Nothing more you can ask for.
Well, if you're head coach Steve Tritchie, you're coming out, snow falling. Looks like mid-December right now. But what is the message for your team? Obviously, the foot is on the gas pedal, and Real Monarchs going to make some adjustments. But what's the message to your team going into this second half?
Play hard, get the fourth goal early, get it early. Let's go.
We will see how this one shakes out as the half wrapping up here. 3-1 our score. We'll step aside, get you ready for the second half right after this. This is Switchbacks Soccer on CET at KRDO 105.5 FM and 1240 AM.
I want you to know stuff I don't.
I want you to be kind.
I want you to be smart. Super smart.
I want one thing in a doctor.
I want you to be handsome.
I want you to be awesome. I don't want you to look at the chart before you say hi. David.
I want you to return my emails.
I want you to keep me doing this for another 60 years.
At Kaiser Permanente, we want you to choose the doctor that's right for you. Find your perfect match at kp.org and thrive.
This April on CET, spring is warming up and so is XSR. Every Sunday, check out the latest Xfinity Sports Report and see the hottest high school sports highlights. Tune into Switchback Soccer as we cover the newest team to hit Colorado Springs. Then check out inline speed skating and total dominance. It's all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television. Speed, action, competition, dominance, victory. Inline speed skating only on CET. Another great slate of live events comes your way in April, including the inaugural game of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and the season opener for the Denver Outlaws. It's all that and more right here on CET. Get out on the pitch with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Join the team all season long as they take on the best the USL has to offer. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks, right here on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Looking for something to do in Colorado? You're in luck with Out West. Out West takes you up and down the state finding interesting things to do with the family or a friend. Check out Out West every Tuesday at 9 p.m. only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Headed to the mountains? Watch Good Morning Vail now on CET Comcast Entertainment Television for everything you need to know before you hit the slopes. Good Morning Vail, your local resource for mountain weather, snow totals, and travel conditions. We'll be your guide from the first chairlift ride to the final run of the season. So don't miss the fun. Watch Good Morning Vail live every day at 7 a.m. on Comcast Entertainment Television. Good Morning Vail. Be in the know before you go.
This month, don't miss out on Real Ticket. Host Bobby Bennett takes you on a ride through the latest trailers, what's coming out this month on Xfinity On Demand, and with any luck, a few friends may just stop by and talk movies. Check out Real Ticket and enjoy the magic of the movies all month long, only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
What a scene here at Sand Creek Stadium. Snow falling down as we get set to kick it off here in the second half. 3-1 3-1. Switchbacks FC out on top. Real Monarchs. Josh Howe, Roland Ermarth, and Roland. What a scene. Steve Tritch, you wanted weather here tonight. He's got that and then some.
Yeah, this snow is absolutely insane. It's coming down. It's actually starting to stick on the playing surface now. It's making the lines a little bit harder to see.
How will this affect the way the ball is moved about on this pitch?
Well, you know, it's only going to get dangerous, and it's only going to be a problem when the ball stops to roll freely on the surface. When the ball stops to roll freely on the surface, that's where we're going to have a problem. Right now, the snow looks thin enough that it's going to slick. The ball is going to skid off of that surface, but we're going to have to see for the first 5 minutes how the conditions are going to play here. You know, it reminds me a lot of that USA versus Costa Rica snow game, March 22nd, 2013, the World Cup qualifier, 1-0 up at Dick's Sporting Goods Park up in Denver. Clint Dempsey with the winner there. That was the craziest snow game I've ever seen in my life, and this is getting close. This is absolutely remarkable here at Sand Creek Stadium in Colorado Springs. Remarkable conditions.
The wind has died down, and now snow falling from the sky here. A 3-1 lead as we start the second half of play. What a scene, and boy, what a picture right now on the scoreboard for the Switchbacks up 3-1, getting goals from Miguel Gonzalez, Luke Vercaloni on a penalty kick, and Syed Robinson nets his first goal of the season as the Real Monarchs going from right to left on your screen, wearing the road white, blue numbers.
It's making everything difficult right now. You know, Real Monarchs just were guilty of a foul throw, and the referee didn't call it out of sheer pity because of the snow here. There's just not much the players can do. The snow is actually starting to stick to the ball. You can see the snow sticking to the ball. It's really affecting conditions here.
Roland, prior to the snow falling so heavily here going into the second half, that 2-goal lead didn't look like such a huge cushion. Now it looks like a big margin.
That's a great point, Josh. That's a great point. It's going to be very, very difficult to score any goals here today. The rest of this game with these conditions, the snow is absolutely, I mean, it's just not stopping now.
And they're letting him play. King flung to the surface.
Yeah, it's going to make the officiating difficult. It's making absolutely everything difficult. But, you know, the ball is rolling well. We're seeing the ball skipping across the surface. There's not really any effect yet on the playability of the game.
Midfield opportunity here for Real Monarchs up ahead. Here's an opportunity on the left. Velasco shot, and it's ricocheted out of there off the left foot. Good defensive play by the Switchback.
I believe that was Phillips with the block there, but ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to give us a little bit of an opportunity here because we can't see too well.
Absolutely. That was Phillips, the rookie out of Olympia, Washington. You can see there with his left foot. So corner kick coming up here for the Real Monarchs.
It's going to be whipped in again. It's going to be a right-footed ball. It's going to land right on top of the goalkeeper's head here.
Lucas Baldwin to take the corner. Down a couple of goals for the Monarchs. Set in front of the box and chipped out of there with the left foot. But you can see how slow that ball on a normal surface, that would have been out of bounds.
Absolutely. Going far side here. Is that going to be a corner kick? No, it's going to be kept in there by Salt Lake.
And headed out of there. And in position, Taylor Hunter. Boy, what a gem he has been defensively. Of course, on loan from the Houston Dynamos. He has been outstanding here. And the start against Real Monarchs through the end line. And this will be Switchbacks FC possession. Now this is incredible.
This is truly remarkable. I mean, this is something you're going to tell your kids about. This is something that none of the players are going to forget. It doesn't matter if you're from Ghana. It doesn't matter if you're from Canada. This is the kind of game you never forget playing, and this is remarkable.
Well, fans settling in, breaking out the gloves and hats and blankets and even snow shovels probably by the end of this game.
I think we may see a couple of snowball fights by the end of this one, Josh, to be honest with you. I'm seeing more selfies being taken at the beginning of this half with the snow coming down than I've seen in a long time.
So Hunter drops it back to Vercaloni. You can just see how that ball dies.
Yeah, that was a bad giveaway there, but that's the conditions. That's the snow now. It's really starting to pile up on the field, and to be honest with you, we're really losing sight of the lines. We may have to have a stoppage in play here for these lines to be swept.
So Sunley goes to work for the Monarchs midfield. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez dumps it back. Now Harada.
Good play.
And boy, you really have to put a lot on that ball just to connect with a teammate. Vercaloni drops it back.
And Harada was caught late there. He was caught late by number 9 of Real Salt Lake, and he's not too happy about it. They were having some words off the ball. I'm not sure if the camera caught that, but Harada is not very happy by being caught late.
King fighting for position. Aaron King spins around. There's Hunter now. Right wing near side. Hunter dancing in the snow. Spins with it back to his defender now. Hunter drops it off. Here's Harada up top. And dumps it in front of the box. Bumping it back. King gets shoved. And Vercaloni pursuing the ball. Possessed now by Real Monarchs.
Yeah, they're going to look to play it out of the back. You know, these conditions are going to hurt Real more than they're going to hurt the Switchbacks because of the style of play. Real Salt Lake really likes to keep the ball, and that's been passed down here to their USL affiliate, the Real Monarchs SLC. They really like to keep the ball on the ground. They really like to keep the ball playing across the surface. That's going to be difficult with all this snow building up.
And again, time of possession, a plus 6-minute advantage for the Switchbacks after the opening 45 minutes of play. That's significant because that is Real Monarchs' game plan. Up ahead, and they'll get free. Pressure put on by the Monarchs. Shot denied once, and now cleared out of there by Bejarano.
That was a carbon copy of Real Monarchs SLC's first goal. Ball right down the middle, splitting the two defenders. Luckily, they weren't able to capitalize.
Eddie Tavares gets free again, but this time Devela Goric up to the task. And boy, how good does head coach Steve Tritchie look after the move he made to start Goric, his second consecutive start. And
looks like we're going to see a stoppage in play here. We got the people out here with the shovels. Looks like we're going to see a stoppage here. We got the replay. Not like I said, straight ball down the middle. That's a great save by Devela Goric. You know, he gets down early, he gets down well, and he palms the ball into a good position.
I'll tell you what, major props for our cameraman tonight, doing a fine job following the ball in just brutal conditions to try to film this match.
Did you bring an orange ball with you today, Josh?
Got a couple in my car. Here we go. Shot! And it's denied once, and off the hop, played by Fernandez. So Lalo Fernandez, what would have been perhaps a routine play, but nothing routine with snow falling, and the ball is what it is here in the second half.
You're going to see the goalkeepers punching from here on out, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to see anybody even attempting to make a catch. Looks like the referee's going to pull up the game here. Looks like we may have a slight stoppage here to get these lines shoveled off. We really cannot see the lines here, ladies and gentlemen. The game is becoming a little bit dangerous for the players.
So Roland, obviously this an extreme circumstance, but how do they determine just when they're going to stop play? But obviously they could shovel it off and it's going to fall again. How do they determine that?
Well, what they're going to do is they're just going to shovel off the lines. It's really important to get the lines around the 18-yard box shoveled off. It's absolutely vital that they get those done. Once we get those done, we'll see how the ball rolls. It's all about getting that ball, keeping that ball. We might have a colored ball, pink or an orange ball, to go onto the field here. That's not really the problem. We got to get those lines clear. It's better for the players. It's better for everybody. We'll get those lines clear, and we'll see if we can get this the second half started up. Here's a tackle. Yeah, you know, just following through a little bit there. It's easy to slide in these conditions. I'm not really seeing too much in that challenge.
Well, physical play has certainly been a theme here tonight, but right now, a theme, getting the snow cleared off as quickly as possible on the line so we can get back to action.
And the players are just standing around. You know, the players are getting a little bit cold here. They're getting a little bit of instruction from their various coaching staffs, which will help them out. But the ground staff is doing a fantastic job here, getting these lines cleared off as fast as they can.
Well, Roland, at the pace that this snow is falling, they're going to have these lines cleared off and need to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just going to add to the stoppage time at the end of the game. You know, the referee's going to have to take account of this. We could be seeing 10 or 15 minutes at the end of this game.
You would have to believe, though, at some point they're going to let them play in terms of the lines being somewhat questionable in terms of being able to see those. And Real Monarchs putting pressure on here.
That was the block from Phillips. That's a good play there. That's a good block from Josh. And here's that ball down the middle.
Tavares and Goric. Boy, he is up to the task again. He has been outstanding, and perhaps that is what he needed, a couple of games on the bench to start the season and really take it in. But man, he has made the most of his opportunities. Second consecutive start here. He has a 3-1 lead, and it looks like we are just about ready to get the play resumed. Obviously, stoppage time is going to be added up here.
It's fantastic work for the ground staff. You know, they were out here immediately. They were waiting at the referee's behest. The referee stopped the game. The grounds crew was out here immediately, and they were able to clear off the lines here. Great work by the ground staff.
Well, fans, while we have a break in the action, a reminder to follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive getaway. Again, that's at USL on Twitter. And you can bet there'll be a few shots of this one flying around Twitter here tonight. What a night. What a scene. And boy, what a situation right now for the Switchbacks, up 3-1 against Real Monarchs, SLC. This is one of their rivals, one of the clubs they'll play 4 times this season. There's 2 clubs they play 4 times this season, and this obviously the second of those 4 meetings this year.
It's the USL, you know, they split into a Western and Eastern Conference. They're just trying to increase the rivalries.
Into the box now, Real Monarchs, and ball is through the end line, and boy, everything just moves so much slower right now.
It's awkward. It's awkward out there. You know, that's the best word for it. It's awkward. It's gonna affect the ball play. It's gonna affect the communication between the players.
So a Whole Foods corner cut coming up here for Real Monarchs, and we'll see if we can get a number on the. That's tough. White jerseys through a snowstorm.
It's not easy.
Good luck on that. So the Whole Foods corner kick center of the box and flies straight up in the air, and that will go out of play.
Another corner kick for Salt Lake. It looks like, yeah, it's going to be a replay of the corner kick.
So another Whole Foods corner kick coming up here for Real Monarchs. And quickly they'll dump it off, but ball just gets to the intended target. Alexi suddenly in front of the net, and somehow Gore gets up in the area in time. A little bit out of rhythm, but he was there to secure the stop for the Switchbacks.
Well attacked there by Real Salt Lake. Really, really well attacked by the Monarchs there. They came in there hard. They came in there heavy. They were able to get their head to that ball, but it was the Switchbacks who were able to save it. Yeah, ball coming into the back post. Well up, 2-on-1. They were able to isolate the defender there on the far side, but well defended in the end.
Monarchs down a couple of goals, working across midfield, trying to get it up ahead to Tavares. Now King at the back end, across midfield, ricochets off Harada. King now dancing at midfield, drops it back for Shin. Tackle attempt, good play by Real Monarchs, and they'll possess here in the 57th minute.
Snow's still coming down, but the lines are holding up well. It doesn't look like we're going to need anything for a little while.
Across midfield, King trying to take advantage of the giveaway, and here comes Aaron King using the speed to close in. The ball chipped back to Fernandez, and we got a whistle on the play.
Yeah, just a pullback there on Aaron King. The referee wasn't in the greatest position, but defender was able to get himself in front of Aaron King there, and Aaron King just tugged him back.
Now, Steve Tritch, you talked about it. He wanted to get King in the scoring book tonight, and you can see he's ever so close. He led the team in shots coming into this one, and he's had a couple of opportunities tonight. We'll see if he can close out before this night is over.
Very willing player. You know, he's just lacking that final product, those goals, but he's a very willing player. He'll give you everything he has every game.
Well, a guy who's been pushing Aaron King throughout the week, Martin Mabin, named familiar to players here in Colorado, especially Division II soccer fans, a star at Regis University. He is hot on his heels. It speaks to the depth that this Switchbacks team has early on.
Yeah, Marty Mabin, you know, he's been doing really well in practice. He's pushing for a start. We may see him come on here to get a couple minutes at the end of the second half in place of Aaron King.
Alosi quickly up off the turf, and Gork secures for the Switchbacks. Now, it's kind of a trade-off. I don't know if this is a trade-off that both these clubs were looking for. You get rid of the wind, but you get a whole lot of snow with that.
These are amazing conditions. I haven't seen anything like this. I bet most of the players haven't seen anything like this.
Robinson on the back end, gets free in the box. Cyan Robinson dancing with the right foot, dumps it off. King shot, and it's deflected wide of the post. And Fernandez up. He made a great save, denying King. That could have been the 4th goal of the match.
Aaron King has got to take that chance. Aaron King has absolutely got to take that chance. That was laid on a silver platter to him here. Look at the play here. This ball is rolled across. He's miles onside. He just slices at that ball and it goes wide. He just took that chance too quickly, leaning back, and it goes wide. That was a perfect opportunity for Aaron King. But again, he was in the right position at the right time, but he's got to start taking these chances for the Switchbacks.
Now King back to the defender, and Real Monarchs come up to play it. Real across midfield. There's Glad, Justin Glad, a name we have not mentioned a lot. He's an MLS caliber player and certainly one of the top defenders in this league. He is on the USL All-Player Week this past 7 days. So here they are, Real Monarchs down 2 goals, and I believe offside's the call.
Yeah, he just strayed a little bit. He should never be offside from that position. You're standing there, you're looking across the whole line. You should never be called offside there. It was a bit unlucky, but just a lapse of concentration there by the Monarchs.
Ticking past the 60th minute, and boy, not only tough for the players, but how about our cameraman?
Yeah, constantly cleaning up. All the credit goes out to the staff tonight, making this broadcast, making this game go possible. This is wonderful work by the staff, both for the Switchbacks and the crew here.
Well, our technical crew, the camera operators, certainly the best in the business in this area, doing a phenomenal job. Conditions less than ideal, but here they are bringing you all the sights and sounds of what has turned out to be a spectacular night to this point for Switchbacks FC, up 3-1 here in the 60th minute. Ball now moving at a snail's pace, and that lead perhaps looking insurmountable for Real Monarchs. Up ahead, little give and go. Here comes Glad. Justin Glad drops it off left side, but again, you can see that ball slow getting there and allows the Switchbacks to cut it up.
Yeah, it's just not moving across the surface the way both teams would like. No fault of the surface. Ooh, that's a bit of a late tackle there from Salt Lake, but it's going to break here for Mike Seth.
Here comes Mike Seth across midfield. Seth, left side, he hits the turf, and a whistle call.
You've got to give a yellow card there. If you're going to give a yellow card on Harada, you've got to give a yellow card there for a professional foul. He's clearly brought down Mike Seth. He's trying to stop the play. That's a yellow card every day of the week.
Alex Sunley picking up the card here for...
We got a substitution here for
Real Monarchs. And a substitution here, 6-18. And so off goes Alex Sunley. And in comes, looks like Lucas Baldwin. Or no, check that, number 13.
It's almost impossible for us to see here with this snow coming down.
Or check that, number 8. That's Odolfo Ovaldi.
Yeah, there we go. Finally getting the graphic up here.
So Ovaldi in for the first time here tonight. It comes in the 62nd minute. Free kick here. Harada drives it into the box and wide to the left side.
I think we were on the wrong page there. Shin was looking at the back post, looking for someone to make the run, but that run never came off that free kick.
So a goal kick here for Alado Fernandez.
Aaron King.
And King drops it back, and
these conditions are getting worse and worse. You know, it's really causing that ball to slow down on the surface.
Well, in conditions like this, you could see how a breakdown could happen in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to anticipate the path of the ball.
Absolutely, yeah. Vercoloni there tracking back. Looks like he's just getting a little bit leggy. He's run his socks off tonight. He looks like he's just feeling the pace of the game. And, you know, this snow is going to make it even more difficult for the players to run. It's like running in sand. It's going to be really heavy. It's really wet, sticky snow out there. I was on the field just a few minutes ago. It's going to make it difficult for the players here.
There's King across midfield. Little push to the back and whistle on the play. And while we have a stoppage in play, a reminder, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Got a replay of this foul here. Just a little bit late. Second bite and a third bite. Yeah, he's gone and fouled him 3 times. Fair enough.
So Syed Robinson dancing here. The Real Monarch end chipped up out of there by Real.
Syed Robinson, you know, he's really been the player today to catch the eye. With all the snow, with all the goals, with all the movement, with all the quick passing, you know, it's been Robinson. He's the man for the Switchbacks. I think we can say that now, even this early into the season. He's their go-to guy. He's the person they're going to be looking to get on the ball at every opportunity.
Again, last week, Syed got his first start in his career here in the USL Pro League. Played 78 minutes, left the game tonight, gets his second start and making an impact in a big way. Syed Robinson netting the goal the 42nd minute to put him up by a score of 3-1. And now, Roland, as we take a look at just how this is played out here in the second half. Both teams obviously not trying to stall, but boy, the way the ball's rolling, it feels like they're trying to eat the clock up, but obviously not the case with Real Monarchs trying to overcome a 3-1 deficit. Here's the shot and a great stop initially, and there to help it out on the back end is Taylor Hunter. David Agoric up to the task again for the Switchbacks.
That's a world-class save. He's down low, he's down early, and he's at his full stretch to claw that ball away. That was a world-class save from Goric.
And Goric in position again. Ball chipped out of the box, and let's not forget about the tough footing out there. Goric able to dig in and watch the range.
Here's a replay here from Goric. He goes down to his right. That's a fantastic save. He's able to claw it away, and the Switchbacks are able to clear that ball. Now we're back to live action. That's another fantastic save from Goric. Top left-hand corner, he reaches across with his right hand. That was a brilliant, brilliant save from Goric.
David Goric putting on a show here between the posts, and a counter opportunity here for the Switchbacks. Up 3-1 in the 65th minute.
He's just kept the Switchbacks in the game there. You know, those are back-to-back marvelous saves. Real Monarchs get a goal here. No telling what could happen. That was absolutely brilliant from David Goric. World-class goalkeeping.
He has been on his game tonight. Chipped up ahead, and Robinson knocks it down with the right foot. Saeed Robinson now. A little room to work. Saeed taps it across midfield. King turns, but off to the mark on the left side. Now Seth trying far side. The ball will get there in time.
Seth is sitting farther and further deeper now as this game progresses. You see Seth dropping farther and farther back. He's trying to help out the Switchbacks defense. Not really looking to get forward. Number 12 is dropping further and further back away from the offense for the Switchbacks.
Take away by Vercoloni. Vercoloni at midfield off to Mike Seth. Seth taps it back to Shin. Near side it comes to Taylor Hunter. Boy, how big has Hunter been on the defensive end, especially after some of those rebounds? He clears it out defensively. Chance now for the Switchbacks, but it's knocked down in front of the box by Real Monarchs. Counter the other way. Here comes Salt Lake up ahead. Tavares gets free in the box, right side. Tavares, right side, working near that end line. And boy, how about the defense by Clay Bejarano? Chipped in front of the box, headed out of there by Greer.
There was nowhere for him to go. Great defense from Bejarano. No surprise to see why he was on the team of the week.
Albert Colodi and company the other way. Harada nearing midfield. Shin to King. He's got room. Can Aaron make it happen now? 3-on-2 for the Switchbacks. Vercoloni moves in. Vercoloni circles back in the box. Sets up his own shot. Vercoloni trying to get free. Vercoloni drops it back. Here's Seth for the backside. Seth moves into the box. Drops it out to Saeed Robinson. Here's Saeed now. Chips it up. King. Header shot. And it's wide to the right side.
A fantastic ball in by Robinson. Outside of the right foot. He's flicked it up and over. Diving header by Aaron King. Just couldn't connect. Blazed it wide. Great opportunity for the Switchbacks.
Execution of ball movement, just didn't get the finish.
Look at that. He just dinks it over with the outside of his right foot. That's a fantastic little chip ball in. Diving on the snow, giving his body for everything, but, you know, just wide with the header.
And a substitution here for the Switchbacks, but right now it is all Switchbacks FC.
And it will be Marty Maben, the aforementioned Martin Maben, who will be replacing Aaron King. Doesn't look too worn, Mr. Maben, but after a few minutes out here, he should get up to speed with things.
You love the effort, though, of Aaron King as he comes off. And boy, now Martin Maben comes in, and well, you said it, Marty, a guy who can really put pressure on the back end of that Real Monarch defense.
He can. He's tenacious. He's fast. He's got good skill. He's got good awareness. He's a good striker, and he's a great option to have off the bench with the Switchbacks.
Take away there by Ovelli for Real Monarchs, and switch back down to the far side, and
we're going to have a look at these saves here by David Goric. Here's the first one. You know he's going to be down. He's going to be down fast and hard to his right. That's a really, really good save. But to be honest with you, this save is even better. Look at this save, reaching across with his right hand, clawing the ball out of his top corner. That's a fantastic save by the Switchbacks goalkeeper, ladies and gentlemen. That is world-class goalkeeping here in the USL.
David Goric on his game tonight as Fernandez on the other end makes the play for Real Monarchs. Fans, have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Well, get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. That's on USLsoccer.com. And offsides the call is
Marty Maben just straight a little bit there. Just a little bit, you know, inches in that one, but the official was right there.
We talked about Saeed Robinson coming off the bench earlier this season, the Energizer Bunny, and now Maben gets to play that role to some degree as they're clearing off the goalie box there in front of the switchback goal.
The snow's getting so bad here that the grounds crew is actually using these opportunities with the goal kicks and corner kicks to come out and do some clearing on the other end of the field. It's still snowing here hard, but it's lightening up a little bit, and the conditions are difficult as ever.
Up ahead now, Real Monarchs, and not able to run it down is SLC. Real Monarchs, though, possession, the throw-in, near side to Kavita. Kavita chips it up into the box, and Korik punches it out of there with 2 fists.
More good goalkeeping.
Here comes Mike Seth in the open space, trying to get by the defender. A good play defensively by Real Monarchs. Tavares, and how about the defense by Bejarano? Just the physicality to win that ball.
He's been in the right place at the right time all game long tonight. Seems like all season long. He's played really, really fantastically here. Hasn't let his defensive duties lapse. He's been good going forward. He's been good getting back. Really, really good performance by Bejarano.
And Darian Copeland, you can see there, number 22 for Real Monarchs. And, you know, Roland, let's not forget the lineup that the Switchbacks prepared for. A lot of these guys, they weren't prepared for seeing some of the talent on the field today. They're obviously prepared for the system, but they had no idea how they were going to respond to the starting 11 they put out there. But, boy, they've answered that emphatically and have done an impressive job against a lot of unknowns.
In the USL, it can be very difficult with these teams who are affiliated with the Major League Soccer teams. You know, we have Portland Timbers 2, we have Los Angeles Galaxy 2, etc., etc. These teams are going to be bringing players up from their lower leagues, from their PDL, and they're going to be dropping players from the MLS down. It's very, very difficult for teams like the Switchbacks to get a good idea of which players they're going to be seeing on any given night. It's very, very difficult, but the Switchbacks just have to focus on playing their system.
Now, certainly the goal tonight for the Switchbacks with a 3-1 lead, get a result and get the 3 points, but also be able to give them some momentum going into Austin, and it gives them some options. This is a team who can mix it up, and the team we see tonight isn't necessarily the style of team we're going to see next week in Austin against the Aztecs.
You're dead right. Coach Steve Tritchio, you know, he's going to make a lot of changes next week in Austin. He's going to be direct. He's going to be offensive. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to go for that game. He told us before this game he was looking for a result here against Real Monarchs so that he can go into Austin and just let everything hang out and attack the Aztecs.
The pitch in Austin, it's a tight surface.
It is. It is. It's very, very narrow. It looks a lot like Yankee Stadium for NYCFC. There's not much width there at all. It's only about 60 yards wide. It's a very, very difficult pitch to play on, but the Switchbacks are going to go in there. The Switchbacks are going to leave it all hang out. You'll probably see some changes. You'll probably see some more physicality, and you're going to see the Switchbacks be even more direct. But to be honest with you, this snow is a great opportunity for them to practice.
Here they go. Gonzalez up ahead. He's got Syed Robinson right side of the box and a ricochet out of there. Good defense. Hustling back in position. Kavita. Fonwell Kavita. But it's a corner kick coming up here in the 72nd minute for the Switchbacks.
Yeah, it's a good ball out to Robinson. He just waits just a second too long there for the defender to get an outstretched foot onto the ball. But that's good play from Robinson again. Again, the main man for the Switchbacks offense tonight. You can see the wind there on the flags. The wind is now blowing. It's now switched around. It's blowing behind the Switchbacks.
So Davey Armstrong, who's just checked out of this contest, on the corner. Armstrong, good ball, but it's headed out of there by Real Monarchs.
That was a great cross from Davey. You know, he's cold. He's just come in, but that was a great ball.
Now speaks to the depth they have coming off the bench. Armstrong, one of those young forwards providing so much spark to this team. So he'll line up with the right foot again. Strike into the box and poked out of there by Fernandez.
I would have liked to see a catch there from the Real Monarchs goalkeeper.
A mistake, and try to take advantage now. Here's Maben. Maben trying to set up his own shot between the defenders. Getting free is Greer. He hits the turf. What's the call?
Looks like it's going to be a corner kick. We could have seen a penalty there. That was a bit of a reckless challenge from Real Monarchs SLC, but I think the referee is going to take the laissez-faire approach here and give the corner kick.
Well, you make the call.
Well, that looks like a penalty to me. I'm not sure if that ball was winnable, but that looks like a penalty to me.
Here comes the Heineken corner kick. Davey Armstrong. His third corner kick since entering here in the second half, 74th minute. There will be stoppage time here at the end of this one. Of course, they had to pause play to clear the lines because of the snowfall here in the second half. And a substitution for the Real Monarchs. Fresh set of legs in, and in comes number 4, Riley McGovern.
He replaces Garrett Losey.
Armstrong corner kick backside.
Just too far.
Just over the head of J.J. Greer.
This will give both teams an opportunity just to settle down, make these changes. That's going to be a throw-in for the Monarchs deep in their half.
Well, the Switchbacks a mistake away from jumping out on top 4-1. They continue to put the pressure on. Here's Hunter. And, they're going to
I don't understand that call. Again, I don't understand that call. I didn't see it.
Well, it's been called both ways as far as they let a lot of physical play go early on in the second half, and now they've tightened it up with the whistle. Vercoloni at midfield. Awaiting a switchback. He'll get it across the midfield stripe inside Robinson. That is off the mark.
That was a good pass. That was a good run.
Fans, become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Again, on Facebook, a USL. 75th minute, Real Monarchs. A tough task in front of them here in the remaining moments of this match. Real still looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-2 coming in, and the Switchbacks.
Vercoloni was fouled there. The referee didn't call. You could see Vercoloni turning around and looking for the referee's help, but it wasn't forthcoming.
Switchbacks FC on the verge of their second win here. If they could close this out off to the right side.
That's a goal kick.
Well, when we talk about the Switchbacks, tough loss, tough result in Austin, and then a bitter pill to swallow, losing that one in stoppage time against OKC. But they are really one play away from having an extra 3 points. They could be sitting on top here or near the top of the division standings. But right now, the rest of the league is no doubt taking notice. The last two matches, they have been as impressive as any team in the league.
They have, and they're trending in the right direction. I'd much rather the Switchbacks come out, have a couple of iffy results their first couple matches, get everything sorted out, get the system working out, get the coaching, get the tactics working out, and get those results headed the right way. The Switchbacks are trending in the positive direction here.
And obviously, lots of soccer to be played. 14 home matches, 14 road matches, so you've got 28 in the regular season. A lot to play out, but so far, so good after a bit of a bumpy start for the Switchbacks.
And as you said earlier, Josh, there's going to be 2 more games during the regular season versus this very opposition here in the Real Monarchs SLC.
And the Austin Aztecs, the second team that they'll play 4 times in the Western Conference, and they take on Austin next week. So they'll have half of those games out of the way here by week 6.
It'll be great for the Switchbacks, because they'll be leaving the snow. They'll be going down to Austin. Then after that, they'll be heading to Arizona. So Switchbacks shouldn't be seeing any more snow the rest of this season.
All right. It's going to be another major adjustment. Last week, the Switchbacks were spoiled, if you will, just a pristine surface in Salt Lake. Obviously, the surface here, even without the snow, is less than ideal. The conditions. This is a field that needs a lot of work.
It does.
The players know that. The officials know that. But they go down to Austin. It's almost like the throwback AstroTurf. Very tough surface to play on. So another adjustment in week 5 for the Switchbacks.
We see a foul throw there from the Switchbacks, but there's nothing the Switchbacks could do about it. That ball is covered in snow. That ball is covered in water, and Bejarano's wearing gloves. It's it's absolutely impossible here. It's like throwing a greased-up watermelon onto the field. These conditions are atrocious.
Well, right now, this 3-1 lead is monumental and tough going here in the final minutes for Real Monarchs.
Overall for the Switchbacks today, we've called Harada's name a lot. I think Shintaro has been absolutely fantastic in that defensive midfield role, screening right in front of the 2 center backs. I think Luke Vercoloni has been good as well. You can pretty much say that every game that Vercoloni plays, you know what you're going to get from Vercoloni. You know exactly where he's going to be. You know the leadership, the intensity, the motor that man has. And they've both been very, very good tonight, Harada and Vercoloni.
And chip back there by Maven, trying to connect with Vercoloni. Counter the other way. Counter opportunity here for Real Monarchs. Moving here to the Switchbacks territory. Here comes the Monarchs. Up ahead, this is McGovern and company. Now they'll drop it back to midfield.
Saeed Robinson, he looks like he's run his race today. We're in the 78th minute, and Robinson looks absolutely exhausted. He's trying to get back here. He is working hard defensively. He's doing his work, but he looks like he's run a long, long race today.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Again, on Twitter, that's at Nike Soccer. 79th minute here. Real Monarchs try to generate a goal to cut it to 1 here in the closing moments. A great takeaway there by Taylor Hunter. Or check that, Hunter, and now the give back on the other way for the Monarchs.
When we spoke to Steve Tritchew, he mentioned, as we see Robinson there with the interception, he mentioned Robinson's defensive duties. He mentioned that was what he was most worried about Saeed. But Saeed has been very, very good today, very disciplined as he leads this attack forward.
Here's Maben, chips into Saeed Robinson. Robinson got a little bit of room, but boy, closing quickly was Kavita defensively for Real Monarchs.
I don't know how many more of these lung-busting runs that Saeed's going to have left. He's hunched over now. He's got his hands on his knees. He's run his race today. He's exhausted.
And man down, and boy, that's Clay Bejarano. Looked like he took a shot with the right knee, perhaps a cleat on the outer part of that knee, and boy, Bejarano, here's how it happened.
Well, a bit of a 50-50. Bejarano's coming in here. He's caught late. Looks like he could have been caught high with the studs there right on the outside of the right knee. That was a late challenge. That was a high challenge. I don't think there was anything malicious in it, but it looks like it could have hurt Bejarano.
Talk about the cleats tonight, Roland. Would they have changed them up, obviously, with conditions going to a longer cleat, or pretty much stay with status quo, what they've been using the previous 3 matches?
They may have, but this field as it was already pretty soft, pretty bouncy, not in the greatest conditions, not really a true professional playing surface. That's got to be a penalty kick.
Vercoloni down to the box and no call. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Vercoloni was absolutely bundled over there. I don't know if that's a question of the snow playing into the referee, but that was a stonewall penalty kick.
Luke coming again, right side of Saeed Robinson. He's got room to work, chips it up, center box now. Drop back, Vercoloni. Vercoloni shot with the right foot and saved by Fernandez.
Great play from the Switchbacks there. Wonderful layoff. Good first-time strike by Luke Vercoloni. Well saved. Bejarano in the right position again. He wins the header, but unfortunately he plays it back to the center of the field. Monarchs will break.
They got a chance, low on the ground in front of the box, still kept alive, and shot wide to the left side. Boy, that opened up in a hurry. It looked like the Switchbacks had that covered up defensively, and somehow Real Monarchs able to get a shot off. That time it was Max Rohofer, and another look. The shot by the Switchbacks. They continue to put the pressure.
There's the penalty on Vercoloni. That has to be a penalty. Here's his shot, but that first one, that has to be a penalty kick. I don't know what the referee's doing. He was in very, very good position. He's got to call that. That's a penalty kick for the Switchbacks.
There have been some tough calls tonight by the officials, and boy, talk about tough. Footing there on the corner kick for the Real Monarchs. He'll chip it high up in the air.
That's an awkward corner kick, but it's well cleared by the Switchbacks, so we're going to push up now to the halfway line.
And pursuing is Saeed Robinson. And now a win here is circling back is Taylor Arnone.
It's a good ball in, but again, not really hurting the Switchbacks.
82nd minute of play, 3-1 our score. All 4 goals in this match coming in the opening half.
Mike Seth forced back. He doesn't really want to be in that position, but it's Bejarano again who's leading the calm, leading the outlet, and the Switchbacks are able to clear. And that's good play from Colorado Springs.
Bump on Maben near midfield. And pace is certainly slowed down, and boy, the Switchbacks happy to keep it at this pace right now, milking this 3-1 lead. 83rd minute. Well, I listen to the fans, still in it here tonight, not going anywhere. Shot in a goal! They headed it off to the left side. A cluster in front of the net, and somehow that ball sneaks through. A quiet goal, but a loud goal at the same time. Real Monarchs have just cut it to a 1-goal deficit here in the 83rd minute.
Well, that's exactly what we meant by about the traditional number 9. He's going to stay on the back shoulder of the defender, off the back shoulder. He's just going to use his strength, use his size. He's going to head it down into the far corner of the net.
We talked about J.J. Greer, the task of marking number 9, and certainly Rohofer winning that matchup to get the goal in the 83rd minute.
It's big for the Switchbacks not to have Kareem Smith tonight. You know, he's the Switchbacks' defensive leader. He's their physical leader in the back of that line. He was able to peel off JJ. I don't think there's much blame to be put on JJ there. That was just a really, really good piece of play there by Salt Lake, and they get the goal.
Suddenly, this game has got a much tighter feel. We'll see how the Switchbacks play, down or rather up. Just a goal. Scoreboard 3-2. Our count here. Real Monarchs on the attack again.
It's going to be interesting to see how many minutes the referee adds on to the end of this game, given the stoppages for the clearing of the field.
Switchbacks trying to learn from tough lessons the past couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, in stoppage time, they let one get away, ended up losing that to OKC. The Energy came out on top 2-1. Here they are, 3-2. Time ticking away here late second half, 84th minute.
Look at the experience of Vercoloni and Shintaro Harada. The Switchbacks give up a goal. They're still winning 3-2. Shintaro Harada and Luke Vercoloni do everything they can to make sure they're getting on the ball in the middle of the field and bossing the ball around. That's great veteran leadership that you want to see from your captain and from Shintaro Harada.
Here comes Vercoloni again. Vercoloni spins back of the box, drops it back to Kevin Durr. Checks into the second half. Now Taylor Hunter. A veteran presence out there, of course, on loan from the Dynamo. And there's Maben hustling into the box. Maben fighting for position, back to the defender. He's got Durr out of the corner, and a whistle called. And it's going to be Real Monarch possession.
Yeah, it's going to be a throw in here for Real. Deep in their own half. Nothing the Switchbacks have to worry about. Just keep it tight.
Score is tightened up here thanks to the goal at the 84th minute, 83rd minute by Max Rohofer, making his first start for Real Monarchs since joining the team this week. And boy, impact goal to cut this to a 1-goal deficit. Hunter now working in the corner. And throw-in here for Real Monarchs.
I don't think I've ever seen as many badly taken throw-ins as I have tonight, but that's all down to the conditions. Not a thing the players can do about it. It's these conditions that are to blame. Good clearance there from Real Salt Lake, but again, Switchbacks deal with it. It's easy possession in front of the Switchbacks.
Less than 5 minutes left in regulation, and then stoppage time. Throw it on the clock, and boy, you talk about tough conditions. We're seeing it here tonight.
Yeah. You see the snow. I mean, look, players can't even get off their studs, take the corner kick. It's difficult out there. Really difficult.
Armstrong hits the turf, no call. Boy, this has gone back and forth. We saw it called pretty loose here in the second half, and then the whistle got much tighter, much more frequent, and Armstrong hits the turf there, no call on that play, midfield, and possession, Switchbacks FC.
It's just a question of regaining the composure now for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Just a question of seeing out the remaining possibly 4 or 5 minutes of this game plus stoppage time. Just seeing what they can do to keep the ball, keep possession. Salt Lake cannot score if the Switchbacks have the ball, obviously, it goes without saying, but they're doing a good job. They're pressing high. They're keeping their shape. The defenders are keeping their shape. The Switchbacks are doing well. They seem like they're in control right now.
Staying compact defensively, one of the keys for Steve Tritchie and company entering this one tonight, and so far it's holding up. Can they hold on for the final 3+ minutes here in regulation?
That's a late tackle.
And
That's
then the
be
stoppage time.
That's a late tackle. You know, there's no need for that. He knows he's going to slip on the snow. He knows he's not going to win that ball. There's just really no need for it at this point in the game. But it'll give the Switchbacks an opportunity to take 30 seconds off the ball. We're going to see a replay here. You know, it's just Switchbacks trying to bring the ball out. It's late. It's not reckless, but it's late, and it's just unnecessary.
Well, ball downfield into the quarter, and this will roll through, barely get through the end line.
You can see it stopping there in the snow.
Into the 88th minute now. Snow really picking up here, and well, you talked about it, Roland. There's going to be significant stoppage time in this one.
Yeah, we'll see what the referee decides. I haven't been a huge fan of his decisions, but Martin Maben's in. Maben is in.
Shot right side to goal! That could be the dagger.
Fantastic from Marty Maben. You know, he's been on the field a matter of minutes. He's taken his opportunity. He's waiting. He's peeling off the backside of the defender, and he finishes absolutely expertly. This game is over. It's 4-2. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC are going to see out the win here. This game is over.
Marty Maben coming out of the second half. What a play.
Look at him just open his body up. He opens his hips. He fools the goalkeeper. He keeps his hips open, and he fires the ball with the instep of his right foot into the far corner. That's a fantastic goal by Marty Maben.
The luxury for head coach Steve Tritchie. You got a guy and Marty Maben coming off the bench, 88th minute, the goal for Maben, and that is exactly what the Switchbacks needed. This game had gotten too tight for the Switchbacks after a 3-1 lead. The goal to cut it to 1, but Maben, spectacular play, and Maben making the routine play, or perhaps a difficult play, look routine. It was open, but was able to finish it off onto the right side, and now a 2-goal lead here in the 89th minute.
To have a player like Martin Maben that you can bring off the bench, that's a real plus for the Switchbacks. He's a goal scorer. He's a proven goal scorer, and he's proven it again today.
Vercoloni looking for help near side, spins it back. Here's Hunter, drives it across midfield.
There's a foot race. There's a foot race for this ball.
Maben into the box. Maben's free, one-on-one. Maben moves in. Maben still working. He goes down. That has got to be a penalty.
And there should be a card here for the goalkeeper. I wouldn't imagine a red. There was a covering defender on the line. Doesn't look like a prevention of a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but Maben was in there, and that's a clear penalty.
The spark, Marty Maben going to work, and he draws the penalty kick right there.
Now I wonder if Vercoloni's going to get a chance to take this to make it. Yep, he is. Vercoloni's going to get a chance for his second from the penalty spot to make it 5 for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC tonight.
The captain, Luke Vercoloni. Chance to add what has been an unbelievable night. He's put up a goal on a penalty kick in the first half, added another assist, his second of the season, and here he is. Chance for goal number 2, Luke Vercoloni.
Will he go the same way here that he went in the first half?
Vercoloni shot right side, 5-2. The icing on the cake for the Switchbacks.
You know, there's a different method, but it's the same result. Vercoloni penalty kick. He goes the other way. He stays calm. He puts a little bit more air into this one, and that's 5 for the Switchbacks here under the snow at Sand Creek Stadium. 5-2. Switchbacks lead.
90th minute, Luke Vercoloni buries the penalty kick. 5-2 our score, and
here's the replay. Vercoloni does what he does. He stays low, opens his hips up, fires the ball, perfect height. Goalkeeper, no chance. 5 goals for the Switchbacks.
6 minutes of stoppage time here.
Yeah, it's a fair amount, but it's not too much. Shouldn't worry the Switchbacks here, especially now with the 3-goal lead. They should see this out just fine.
Boy, what an answer by the Switchbacks. They've shown it all tonight. The ability to get out, play with the lead. Things got tight late in the game, but a bounce back big time, and it comes from help off the bench.
It does. You know, those were key substitutions from Steve Tritchue. Good opportunity, good timing. Middle of the second half, he's brought them on. All the substitutes have paid dividends. Really good play from the Switchbacks.
And if you're Aztecs of Austin, you put this film in, their head has to be spinning somewhat in terms of what are we going to see? Who is going to be in the starting lineup? Marty Maben comes off 2 phenomenal plays. He got the goal, but will Maben start next week? Will King start next week? Defensively, how will the Switchbacks team look?
That's a fantastic point, Josh. You know, in my opinion, Marty Maben has done enough in just the last 10 minutes to earn himself a start down in Austin, but with what Tritchue said to us about how he's going to change it, how he's going to go direct, anything is possible for the next game. But you know, the Aztecs have to be watching this, seeing the Switchbacks score 5 goals in these type of conditions and be thinking to themselves, what must be next down there in Austin?
And let's not forget the play of David Agoric. Obviously, the 1 goal late here in the second half by Max Rohofer, tough one to get up. Aside from that, he's been phenomenal.
He's been great. You know, that goal in the second half by Real Salt, or by the Monarchs, there's nothing that the goalkeeper could have done about that. Agoric has been fantastic for the Switchbacks tonight. He made back-to-back saves at a key point in the game that could have gotten the Monarchs back into the game. He made those saves. He kept the Switchbacks in the lead. Fantastic play. Definitely one of the men of the match today.
This is huge. They're going to come out of here with another 3.6 points going back to Austin. And boy, you talk about flipping the switch and a different scene. They open up the season there, a tough loss against Austin in their opener, but now they come back 6 points in hand, and really perhaps one of the scariest teams, if not the scariest team right now in the USL Pro Pro League.
With the amount of goals they put up tonight, there's no questioning that. You know, Austin's going to be very, very worried about the Switchbacks. The Switchbacks have come a long way since that first game. They've been improving every half of every match, and today I really think we're starting to see what Steve Tritchu and the Switchbacks have been working so hard on training. We're starting to see it come together here in front of us.
And of course, there'll be some gamesmanship. It's more than just the players, but head coach Steve Tritchu with a history against the guy at the end of the bench for Austin.
He does. You know, they're both former defenders. You know, defenders are like catchers in baseball. They always seem to work their way into the coach's box. You know, some people say that's because we got an incident here. I'm going to have to stop myself. We got an incident here, a very contentious incident on the far side of the field. We've had a bad and a late challenge here, and the Real players are taking not too kindly to it, and the referee's going to have to get involved here. We're going to see what happens here.
Davey Armstrong, you can see Luke Vercoloni getting over there to try to break things up.
We don't want to see players asking for cards here. We're seeing that from Real Salt Lake. We don't want to see it, but it's a bit of a melee here. We're going to get a replay here. So it starts a bit of a 50-50. Not seeing much there. And it all just kicks off. Salt Lake players are surrounding the referee. You never want to see that intimidation. They're surrounding the Switchbacks player. But the referee's taking control of everything. He's given out a couple of cards here. They all look to be yellow, so nobody's going to be going off the field at this late time. And for some reason, Real's going to have a free kick here at halfway.
At this point, though, frustration obviously has set in for Real Monarchs. They've played hard, but boy, they've just been outplayed tonight by a better, more talented Switchback squad.
They have outplayed and outclassed. It's been a really, really good performance from the Switchbacks tonight. Really good performance.
Here to the box, cleared out of there, and a great clear with the right foot. And boy, Vercoloni coming up.
Yeah, he's not going to get cheated, Luke Vercoloni. He's going to give you everything he had, even at this stage of the game.
So winding down to stoppage time here. 4+ minutes in to extra time.
Yeah, it's getting scrappy. It's getting stretched. The Monarchs are looking for a goal.
And ball still battered around in front of the net. And a little bit of room here for the Switchbacks.
That's Bayerano on the far side there, getting the crowd pumped up. Shouldn't have too much longer of this game. I got about a minute on my watch.
You love the energy the Switchbacks have played with. Front end, back end, obviously Bayerano defensively. And whistles out there on the pitch.
Marty Maben getting involved here. It just seems kind of unnecessary. We've got a couple of shoulders, a couple of gentlemen being gentlemen here. This doesn't look like much. It's a bit of a storm in a teacup here. I don't think there's going to be much. The referee's going to go over and have a chat with these gentlemen, just calm them down. We're going to finish out the rest of the game here like professionals.
What a night for the home team. Switchbacks FC on their way to their 6th point of the season. 2nd win here, and back-to-back over the Real Monarchs.
It's a good way for them to end the game there. Marty Maben just straying offside. He just didn't come back onside in time, but that's okay. You know, Switchbacks are eating up the clock, and we've got nothing but seconds here left.
So the final seconds ticking off. And this whole match for the Switchbacks. A reminder, the Switchbacks head to Austin next week after their 2nd home match of the season. And so certainly weather conditions going to be much different than they saw tonight, but obviously trying to get another result like they've earned here tonight.
Last seconds of the game here. There can't be much more left. I'd imagine that the referee's going to blow his whistle when this ball's in the air. But he's not. He's going to let it continue. Another glance at the watch from the official.
Across midfield, Gerardo with the left foot. And that will do it. Well, the Switchbacks FC comes up with a huge win here tonight. They get the result they were looking for, the win. 5-2 in dominating fashion. The Switchbacks improve to 2-1 on the season. That is going to wrap it up for our coverage on CET. Those of you watching on YouTube and listening on KRDO 105.5 FM and 1240 AM, stay tuned. We'll be back with the post-game show. 5-2 our final.
This is a message from your inner athlete. Registration is now open for Colorado's largest sports festival, the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games. Competition takes place July 17th through the 19th and July 24th through the 26th. Choose from over 40 sports. All ages and skill levels can compete. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org or call for more information. Come out and compete, win a medal, and join the excitement at the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
We made it!
Back here, Sand Creek Stadium, Switchbacks FC knocks off Real Monarchs SLC 5-2, the final score. Josh Howe, Roland Nurmarth back here in the booth, and boy, Roland, what a night tonight for the Switchbacks. They got it started early, and they continued to keep the pedal on throughout this entire match.
They did. There were a couple of chances there. There were a couple of times when the Switchbacks sort of wavered a little bit, let Real Monarchs get back into the game, but in the end, easy victory for the Switchbacks.
We saw it all tonight. Saeed Robinson, Miguel Gonzalez, Luke Vercoloni, a couple of goals, penalty kicks, and Marty Maben off the bench. They had the starters playing well, and it seemed like every move that Steve Tritchie made tonight was golden.
It did. You know, Tritchie talked to us yesterday about Marty Maben. He said that Marty Maben would probably come in for Aaron King regardless of the results of Aaron King. He did. He was able to get the goal. Substitution, stroke of genius.
Between the posts, David Agoric gets the second goal in the USL Pro season and made the most of it. He was outstanding.
He was fantastic. He made two world-class saves there. They were back-to-back saves. It was an opportunity in the game where Salt Lake really could have gotten back into the game. Fantastic double saves there by David Lowe.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from this match as the Switchbacks pick up their second win of the season, 5 goals, but both teams 13 shots. Time of possession, it tightened up in the second half. Real Monarchs -6 in that category, but all in all, an evenly played match, but in terms of opportunities, the Switchbacks made the most tonight.
Even on shots, but it was the Switchbacks that took the chances that they got. They had the better of the shots. They had the more concise of the shots. They were closer to the goal when they had the shots, and they got the more goals, and that's all that matters.
Miguel Gonzalez got the scoring started, 12th minute goal, and then Luke Vercoloni on the penalty kick in the 25th minute. 3-1 at the half. The Switchbacks were up. They had the cushion. It tightened up that goal late in the second half, but again, as great teams do, they find ways to answer, find ways to close it out, and already just 2 weeks against that lapse against OKC, this young team showing that they learn quickly from their mistakes.
It looks like everything's been tightened up defensively, and that's especially something to say given that Kareem Smith was out of today's game. You know, there were changes in the defensive line, and for the Switchbacks to hold the ball the way they were able to do and to keep it tight. I know they gave up 2 goals, but the way they were able to keep it tight, especially late in that second half, was really good defensive work.
Looking forward, we mentioned it a little bit during the game, their next opponent, Austin, they got to be thinking, what Switchbacks team are we going to see next week? This is a team that's going to have a lot
lot of opponents on their heels because they can beat you in a lot of different ways.
It's going to make it difficult on Austin. They're going to attack Austin. We know that. We've been saying it throughout the broadcast, and we don't know about the changes, so we know there's no way that Austin can know about the changes. So there's definitely going to be some changes next week in Texas.
Well, this was a fun one. Let's see how it unfolded here tonight. Highlights from the second win for the Switchbacks this season, and they got it started. Miguel Gonzalez.
Yeah, rifling the ball back in, rifling it past the goalkeeper. Bit of a defensive mistake. Great finish. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. 1-0 Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
18th minute. What a ball and what a finish. Eli Tavares is pretty as they get.
Bit of a defensive lapse from the Switchbacks. Bejarano caught a little bit wide. Center backs of the Switchbacks caught a little bit slow, and Salt Lake was able to get the goal.
Now in goal, Gorick outstanding tonight. And down to the box, penalty kick, and
penalty number 1 for Vercoloni. He chooses to go to the goalkeeper's right. He goes hard, not as hard as he went on the second one, and then we have this bizarre situation with the snow, the drop ball, the laissez-faire refereeing. I still don't know what was going on, but I don't think we ever will.
Saeed Robinson on the other end comes back with a gorgeous play, and you can see Gorick coming up to securing a tough play in the wet conditions, and Saeed as pretty as they get.
This was Saeed's goal. This was his moment. This was the moment of the match, you know, off of the right foot, straight onto his left, finishes it, buries it, no chance.
So 3-1 lead at the half, and plenty of reason for the Switchbacks to be fired up. 83rd minute, it gets tight in a hurry, but not before a great save, and then the header put in momentarily by Max Rohofer.
It's just great work there from Gorick, and now we see the Switchbacks. Aaron King blazing wide here, but look at the conditions, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's little that the Switchbacks can do, and there's the first save, and here's the world-class save from Gorick. Look at that one, reaching across with his right hand across his body to paw that one out of the top corner.
Aaron
That's
King
magnificent.
Nearly had the first goal of the season. He would leave shortly after that. Maben came in, played huge. Big goal in the closing minutes of this one, and there you can see the header by Rohofer, and another look, and using that big 6-1 frame, that's tough to defend.
Yeah, you can see Gorick disappointed, nothing he could do. There's Marty Maben, he's opening up his hips, he's making himself wide, and he's firing that ball into the far corner. Great goal. Not so sure about the celebration, but the goal was top class.
It all adds up to a 5-2 victory tonight for the Switchbacks. 6 points in hand now, going to Austin next week. So we're going to step aside. When we come back, Roland's got a special guest up top. Again, Switchbacks knock off Real Monarchs 5-2 the final.
At Kaiser Permanente, everything you need is under one roof. Another way care and coverage together makes life easier. Okay, a little easier. Become a member of Kaiser Permanente, because together we thrive.
This April on CET, spring is warming up and so is XSR. Every Sunday, check out the latest Xfinity Sports Report and see the hottest high school sports highlights. Tune into Switchback Soccer as we cover the newest team to hit Colorado Springs. Then check out inline speed skating and total dominance. It's all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television.
This month, don't miss out on Real Ticket. Host Bobby Bennett takes you on a ride through the latest trailers, what's coming out this month on Xfinity On Demand, and with any luck, a few friends may just stop by and talk movies. Check out Real Ticket and enjoy the magic of the movies all month long, only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Shake off the winter cold by warming up your body with yoga. Kelly Moore will lead you through poses transforming your body and mind. Feel the sunshine on your skin as she instructs breath techniques, muscle control, and releasing tension. Living Yoga now in stunning HD, only on Comcast Entertainment Television. Another great slate of live events comes your way in April, including the inaugural game of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and the season opener for the Denver Outlaws. It's all that and more right here on CET. Get out on the pitch with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Join the team all season long as they take on the best the USL has to offer. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks right here on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Denver.
Back here at Sand Creek Stadium, the Switchbacks, an impressive win tonight against Real Monarch SLC, 5-2 the final score. Josh Howe back here in the booth is the Switchbacks. Another big win tonight, their second consecutive win. One of the big reasons why? Well, the play of their captain, Luke Fercoloni. He's standing by with our Roland Ermarth.
I'm here with Switchbacks captain Luke Fercoloni. Luke, 2 goals today, both from the penalty spot. Your thoughts?
Very fortunate. The guys set him up. I just put him in. Thanks be to God.
You had a really great performance today. You really controlled the midfield. You and Shintaro sort of moving around there. How do you feel about playing next to him?
It's a privilege. I mean, he reads the game really well. He cleans up second balls very well, so it's great to play with him. I played against him in the league for a number of years now. It's good to be on his team.
How were the conditions today? I mean, it was bizarre for us to watch. What was it like to play out there?
It was crazy, especially second half. You know, the snow stuck on the field, your cleats filled up with ice. Everything was very direct second half. It made for an exciting game.
5-2 win. Now you go down to Austin. Your thoughts?
That's right. We're getting better every week, so I'm feeling very confident. The team's really gaining some great momentum. We're ready to go.
Luke, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Roland. Appreciate it. Back down.
Back to you, Josh.
All right, thank you very much, Roland. Well, what a night tonight. The Switchbacks dominating the fashion. They put 5 goals on the board. Miguel Gonzalez got it started, and they did not let up. A dominating win tonight for the Switchbacks. They pick up their second victory of the season. The Switchbacks, 2 wins, headed to Austin next week to take on the Aztecs. What a night for the home team.
Thank you. Good night.
That's going to wrap it up here from Sand Creek Stadium. Thanks for watching, everybody, on YouTube and listening on KRDO, News Channel 105.5 FM and 1240 AM. We'll see you next time for more Switchback soccer. The Switchbacks winners tonight over Real Monarchs, 5-2 the final.